Hey, you ready to talk some fucking football, bro?
We have to. There's a lot of good
Okay.
shit going on right now.
Yeah.
Favorite
Uh
time of the year, man.
getting ready for the playoffs. Make all these teams are trying to make their final pushes and then all these other teams are trying to fucking spoil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What games you got on? I got
I
I got Bucks and Panthers and who's the other one? The Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles game.
yeah, I got
Mhm.
I got those two, and then I got the Bills game, um, and then I got the Raiders Saints game. Like the Bills and the Jets game is gonna be horrible unless something miraculous happens. Like this is gonna be a boring game.
Dude, I would be so afraid if I had like not Jared Allen. Remember Jared Allen? That guy was a
Yeah,
beast.
yeah, yeah.
Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially going up against somebody like the Jets,
Mm-hmm.
because you're probably in your fantasy league championship, and there's a good possibility if they just score a couple times, whether it be on the ground, that they're gonna pull Josh, and you're gonna lose all these damn points.
Yep.
And yeah, it's always scary. It's like back in the day, you could never trust Peyton Manning or fucking Tom Brady to
Mm-hmm.
like the last two games of the season because
Yeah, you
they'd
can't
already
do it.
clinched. Yeah, they were gonna
And then
get
sit them.
pulled.
Yeah, they sit them. That's the main reason why I usually run with two quarterbacks throughout the
Yeah,
season because of that shit.
but that always sucked because you're like, well, what if they do really good in the first half? Because
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No, it definitely sucks, man, because I hate playoff season or towards the end of the season. Because, like you said, man, it's usually in fantasy, man. It's the playoffs for fantasy. So especially your team. Think about like the Chiefs. If you had anybody that played for the Chiefs, more than likely you're fucking not gonna make any points in the next couple of games. You know what I
right.
mean? So
Dude,
yeah, I
it's
get it.
fucking nuts. So hit me up with the first topic, dude.
Shoot, man.
Give me fucking something
So
to bitch about.
you want to talk about college? You want to talk about fucking
Dude, go
NFL?
college first. Let's go
Okay.
college first.
So
And then
shit.
we'll
Let's
chime in as something awesome happens during these
Okay,
games.
I got you, man. So let's talk about some shit like that probably nobody's really worried about, but we talked about it earlier, man, where Marshall, you remember when Marshall fucking all their players just left? I thought they
They
followed
joined the
yeah,
transfer. Yeah.
yeah, I thought they like were joining a coach or something, but they weren't. They just decided to go other places like the quarterback. Like I didn't know their starting quarterback. You remember Chad Pennington?
Yeah.
Yeah, his son plays there.
And
His quarterback.
Chad Pennington played for the Jets for a
Yeah, like
long and
his son's named Cole Pennington, and he's
then
good.
Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he's like
Pennington had a big ass arm, if I remember correctly.
yeah, he had a good arm,
He had
but
a big arm. I don't know how
yeah,
accurate it was. He was just
no, but like the problem was is like that man will have more fucking interceptions than touchdowns. You know, like that
and the
was
fact
his
that he
part.
played for the fucking Jets. I
No,
mean,
but he had like 3 solid years where like they he was good. You know what I mean? Like where
right? Yeah.
they were either in the playoffs or in the run chasing the playoffs, and you know what I mean with the
But
sorry ass
sorry,
team he had.
I got you off topic, but yeah,
No,
so
we're still on topic, man. We're talking about his son. His son was a starting quarterback for Marshall, man. I didn't know that.
huh,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I
and he
said.
bounced.
He bounced from that.
Where'd he go?
He went to where the hell was it? It was like Tulsa or something like that.
The
It was
fucking
like he.
okay.
This is the third team he's about to be on, in less than a couple of months.
See,
It's been like 3 weeks, like, and he's about to be on his third team
I
because he
think
moved. Oh, go ahead.
no, no, I'm sorry. I think this is where this nil money's coming into play because that's why I'm sitting here. I'm like Tulsa, like who goes to fucking Tulsa? I'm like maybe there's like he can excel there
Mm-hmm.
and possibly make more money
No,
being like,
but
you know what
but
I'm
the thing
saying?
is, like he got to the school that he entered a portal for, so he got to that school, and then the person that was a quarterback that was good, like was good, decided last minute after the dude transferred that he released as soon as he got there, he released that he's coming back for his senior year. So the dude was like, "What the fuck? I just left my team." So now, 17
Eh,
days, like, dude, it's crazy. 17 days later, he's back in the portal trying to find a fucking team. Yeah,
wow. Like this,
yeah,
I don't know how the TP works, Jimmy. Like, is this like a
yeah.
phone call? Because when they bring it up on
It's
ESPN, they're like, he goes from here to here to here. Like, is he actually showing up at these places to do this
yes,
formally?
like he joined the team. Like
Like
he
he
joined,
shows up to the
he,
school,
he
like
joins it.
bags in hand, and like I'm now
So
enrolled.
yeah, so I think what happens, the reason why he enters, because there's really no stipulations whether or not somebody could reach out to you in college because it's not the NFL. So he probably heard through the grapevine that, hey, this quarterback is talking about leaving because the quarterback was like he fucking declared for the fucking draft. So
Yeah,
one of the fucking position coach or players was like, hey, like we're about to have an
he just
opening. So he left. And then he got there, and then the fucking asshole quarterback was like, oh no, you're not coming here. Oh shit.
oh,
Interception.
Eagles running one back, pick
Dude,
six by Cooper Rush.
dude, I
Oh
know this is gonna
no.
happen.
Is that Sauce? Yep.
So the whole thing about like totally different subjects, and we're talking about that right now.
Yeah,
I knew
sorry.
this was going to happen. This motherfucker right here had 45 yards the whole game last time he played him this year. Same quarterback,
Wow.
45 yards, man. So I knew that this was going to be something special. Like this is going to be something real special. Like he sucks
Oh,
against the Eagles.
yeah. Jesus, he was just sitting there. He was prowling, man.
Yeah.
Sauce just sat there. Oh, he is. Have you had his sauce at Buffalo Wild Wings? Is that an option at your Wild Wings up there?
What? They got a sauce. Name out a sauce
His,
Gardner.
yeah, I don't know because he's from
What?
South Carolina.
I didn't know. Like we don't have a
So
sauce.
the Buffalo Wild Wings down here has a CJ Sauce Gardner sauce.
That's crazy.
And it's like an Asian zing and
Oh,
something a little bit more spicy. I forget what it's like a mixture of those two. It's
like a
actually really
habanero,
good, dude.
like a habanero or something like that.
Not that hot,
Oh,
not that
okay.
hot, but
So like a buffalo, like zing a buffalo,
something
or some
like
shit like
that.
that.
Yeah, yeah, it's something,
Mm.
but it's I mean, dude, it's good. It's good. And it doesn't wake my asshole up at 3 a.m. in the morning, you know. So which good on him.
Yeah, but back
Okay,
to
back
that.
to yeah,
Yeah, back
back
to
to
fucking Cole Pennington, man.
Cole.
Imagine
Yeah.
that, dude. Like you fucking go to a school, think you're gonna be starter cornerback, and 17 days later, you're back in the transfer portal. The good thing he knows now, man, because you got a lot of school left. You know what I mean? Like you got a lot of time to figure out which team you're gonna go to.
So so while you're sitting in the TP, like this guy just what he ends up doing is he goes to some administration there at the school,
Uh,
files some paperwork, and then like goes home and
dude,
lives with mom and dad or
I don't
something.
I don't know
I don't
how
know.
that aspect of it goes.
Can
I
you stay
know
on campus where you're
I,
at? Like, I don't get.
I have no idea how it is, but the only thing I know is that he fucking committed to going to that school and thought process that he was going to be. That's why he left Marshall. In the thought
Yeah,
process that he was going to be the starting quarterback for that team.
that's totally fucked up. And
And
then dude
then
pulled a
like
fucking reverse Uno card on him.
yeah, the fucked up
I'm
part, like
coming
he
back.
I guess he fully enrolled, like registered and everything in that school because he was part of that school. And then he had to request to jump back into the transfer portal. You know what I mean? To
Wow.
go ahead and try. Yeah, that's
Because he did why
but
then well he didn't have to, Jimmy. He could have stayed and fought and tried to win outright that position, but
oh,
he
he
didn't want
wasn't
to.
because no, because fucking the other dude was way better, man. Now, I'm not saying that like Pennington, his son, is good. Like he's like his fucking son is like really good, dude. Like in 2 years at Marshall, he had like 14,000, almost 14,700 yards
Okay.
and 123 touchdowns. So he's good. He probably, but that quarterback there, like fucking
He was
good
never
shit
going to get the chance, barring an injury, maybe.
for the school. For I guess it's probably like a D1. I don't know what I don't know what it is, like what kind of fucking program it has, but it's probably
Yeah,
a lower school and like that dude won or came close to winning a championship for that fucking college. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
their championship. You know what I mean? So like he's good. So that's probably why he came back. Was like, hold on, because he's not gonna get a good fucking. He's not really concerned about it because he's not gonna probably. He probably goes fifth or sixth round. That quarterback will probably go in the NFL if he goes to draft. So he's like, "Fucking, I'm
Okay.
coming back." He was like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm coming back." So yeah.
So I mean, so then he bounces again to Tulsa. You said that's where he ended up.
Well, he don't know yet.
So
Like fucking like I think he's going towards like Tulsa or something, or he's
what?
still looking. He's still looking for his like third team where he's going. He's in the portal, just like somebody come grab me, come grab me. Like so, you got to wait for somebody fucking like
Oh,
I don't know. Like
sorry.
I don't know.
I just saw Bryce Young drop a dime, dude.
Yeah, I
I
seen
don't
it right there. Who's
how.
that? Thielen? That Thielen?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, that was. Watch
Woo! That
this,
was a
dude.
fucking dime.
That was.
That was a dot. That
I
was
feel
a
bad for
fucking.
talking shit now because that. I
That
mean,
was a
that was a
fucking
good.
dot.
Well, McCollum could have got his fucking head around,
Nah,
but
but look, that
yeah,
was a
that was a
perfect
good play.
fucking pass, man. That was a
Yeah.
good pass.
All right,
Turn your
I'll
head
give him
around and
this.
yeah, that
Yeah,
shit was crazy. Yeah,
I'll
I'll
give
give him
it
his
to him. I
flowers on
don't
that
want
one, man.
to. I don't want
Eh,
to.
but it
I want to
might
be
be,
wrong. I
dude. It
mean, I want to
might
be
be.
right about, but
Hey, probably what happened, man, is that he got benched and was about to get traded, and then he got the opportunity to fucking play again.
and now
And
he's
ever since
fucking
though, but ever since he's been
yeah,
good,
dude.
right,
He's been
John boy?
showing out. Like, yeah.
He's been
I mean,
fucking
a little fire on his ass. It
yeah.
worked. Good for him. Good for them.
So
I hope everything works out for the Panthers the
yeah.
way Joey will be happy.
But yeah, man, like this whole
Okay, yeah, back
fucking
to
yeah,
college. Yeah,
this whole fucking transfer portal, man, is about to get weird. Fucking
dude, it's
you
just
about
yeah,
to get
that
crazy,
doesn't.
man.
How does this affect these dudes' education? Like, if they're sitting in a in the TP for God knows how long, waiting to get like accepted, do they get accepted or?
Well, well, they usually do it like you think about it, man. Like school don't they're out of school right now. They're probably not
Yeah,
going back to school till next semester. So like they're on winter break. So like they got time. Somebody's gonna pick them up if they're good enough. A person that usually leaves the transfer portal is good enough to get picked up by some kind of school, whether it's the fucking Beavers or fucking Mississippi, Southern Mississippi, or some shit like that. They're going to get picked up, like because you're constantly, especially when there's money involved now. When you talk about it, Neil,
yeah.
like smaller schools are going to want that,
Do
like
the
Cole
do
Pennington
student
kind of numbers. You know what I mean?
do the student athletes have like different like regulations as far as just acceptance kind of things?
I don't know.
You
Like I don't know
know,
how that
because
aspect works, but
yeah,
they
I
have
know we
to.
briefly
Yeah,
talked about it
yeah.
before. Like, if just a regular student wanted to transfer schools, it feels like it would be way harder for that
No, I
student to
don't.
do
But
that
I don't think. I don't.
unless they played a sport,
I
if they
think
were,
no, because like the way that works, man. So say if they don't play any kind of sports, right?
yeah,
And they're
a
going to
nerd.
yeah, well they're going to like Norfolk State. They're going to Norfolk State.
Yeah,
So they got there on an academic scholarship. Well, they got that scholarship from that school. So like if they want to go to another school, they probably have to apply for a scholarship or either pay out. So they're not going to transfer. So like, but
yeah.
athletes, like they're gonna get a fucking because they play a sport, whether it's fucking water polo or fucking baseball or football, they're
So
gonna
what about
get
an
a spot.
acad? Okay,
Well,
I'm sorry.
that's they have to apply
Yeah,
for it. They got to apply for it, and if they get it, because the fucking academics like is you
it's
get the
way
same amount.
harder,
Yeah, you get because the problem is that you have individuals that are really fucking smart, and they may be a pool of fucking 75,000 of them that are really fucking smart. You
right?
know
So
that,
like
and then
if
you only
if
got like 9 scholarships for education. So you get what I'm saying? I
so
mean, probably less than that because the athletes are taking them up. So you
that's
probably
what
only
I'm
got
saying.
3 or 4. So
So
like,
if you're really smart, just find a fucking sport and go join it, like something that you can play, and then enter the
but
TP and be
it's
like, I'm gonna go to a different school.
but it's hard, man. It's
Uh,
hard. Like
right. It just
It's
feels like
hard
it
to
would be
be.
easier that way, though. You know what
It's
I'm
hard to
saying?
be gifted with both, man. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to get gifted where like
You don't
you are
have to
so
be
smart.
good to enter the transfer the
No,
TP.
but you have to get good to get that sports scholarship. You get what I'm saying? Play sports and like play a sport and be able to maintain that educational
No, I'm
scholarship. You know
looking
what I mean?
I'm looking at it as like a route around all that. Say it's
Okay.
like a chess team or whatever, but for
Okay.
some reason,
Oh, that makes sense.
okay, so you're a
Yeah.
smart person. Like, I want to transfer schools, but it's much harder to do it academically.
Mm-hmm.
But oh, if I join a sport, I can jump into TP and then I can transfer based off the sport,
Hmm.
not my because you're already going to have the grades
Hmm.
to get into the other school.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that you could possibly, just based on some obscure fucking sport, go to
Hmm.
another school and make it happen a lot quicker than if you were just trying to do it through your grades.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm what I'm trying to get is I think they're giving a little bit more leniency to these student athletes, and I
Because the
hesitate
athletes.
the word
Oh, go ahead.
student on some of them
Yeah.
because yeah, it's more of an athletic thing.
Well, it's because it's a business, John Boy. Like they make money off the athletes. They don't make money off the person that fucking creates a fucking rocket, you know what I mean, or a fucking cure or something. They don't because those are few and far between. But all
But those,
the athletes get careers,
it's
and they
weird.
go in the
Yeah.
NFL and they come back and they're alumni. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
very rare for you know what I mean. Like that's most of the alumni and boosters are either people that had family members went to that school or they went to that school. You know what I mean? Something of that
Yeah,
nature.
but not these athletes. I
Yeah.
don't hear about, these multi-million dollar athletes being like the biggest or one of the biggest boosters of their school.
Well, no, like all right.
Can they?
So
Can they? I don't
no,
even know. Like,
usually what happens is somebody that plays sports, like you're talking about, somebody that plays sports and was on a team, whether it was tennis, football, play sports there. That's why they decided to be a sports booster. Like play sports there, wasn't really good, but got a degree and ended up being a CEO of like a national bank or something of that nature.
yeah, or
They're
like
the
United
ones, yeah.
Healthcare.
Yeah, they're the ones that come back and put the money into it. You know what I
Mm.
mean? It's not the person that usually gets a scholarship that really, because most people that are really, really book smart and get scholarships, they don't even like sports, man. You know what I mean? So they'll put money towards their education side, towards
Yep.
whatever they backed, and they create halls for that. But like usually the boosters are people of that nature that somehow play some type of sport or have family members play sports and got a degree from there, which love their school, and then put money into their athletes. You get what I'm
So
saying?
my
If that makes
yeah,
sense.
so,
Yeah.
so my to bring this full circle. So my question to you is like, how long before they start cracking down and putting restrictions on the TP?
I think they're kind of doing it now. So like because do you remember that text message I shot you about the highest paid dude?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they kind of did because what they're doing that was it is I looked it up. It's $8 million they're paying this. I think he's a quarterback, but
And how
they're
old
pay,
is he? Like 19,
he's a
maybe?
sophomore. He's a sophomore. I think he's a sophomore. Like I
19
think
and a
it
half? I
yeah
don't know.
something probably like 18,
I didn't go to
19.
college.
Probably either 18 or about to turn 19. You know what I
Wow.
mean? But he's getting $4 million per year. So he's getting $8 million for 2 years. You get what I'm saying? So for
Yeah.
2 years, but he has to fully fulfill those 2 years to get that second $4 million. You get what I'm saying?
And by fully fulfill, what are you talking about? Just to be at the school and play
He
there?
had
Or
either
does he have like,
he has to be on the team. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's
For
it.
so
Just
he
be on
has
the
to
team.
like he has. I guess he has to finish out this year right now because I guess he signs a contract. Because I
Yeah.
read the article I read, it pretty much stated that yeah, since he said that because he was supposed to go to. Oh, come on, Coop.
Dallas scored.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
God.
yeah, that was a nice
Oh,
pass.
it was.
Yeah, that was a
After
nice
that
pass.
garbage throw they threw the fucking sauce.
Yeah, that was a nice little fade route.
Ooh, there must have
Uh,
been an interception. Did
yeah, they had to be.
uh yeah. Yeah,
So
Dallas doesn't move that far down the
no,
field.
no,
Ain't
like
happening.
either that or fucking kick return.
Yeah.
But
Okay, but
the way they got it set
important.
up now is kind of like fucking. I guess like for you to get that money, you have to fulfill that year.
Okay.
So he has to fulfill like if he gets hurt, he still gets the money, obviously. But
Yeah.
he can't be like third game of the season is like I'm out. You know what I mean? They probably
So,
give him payment plans of where he
damn.
gets payments.
That's
So
what
that
I'm saying. Like all he has to do is just be on the team.
yeah.
Like there, I would if I'm given that kind of money, I don't know.
Mhm.
I've never had that kind of money
Yeah,
before,
I got you.
but if I had that kind of money to give to these kids, because that's what
Hmm.
it is, I want incentives. Like I want
something.
I want a bowl game every fucking year that I want. Okay, one, you have to be a starter. You have to
Definitely get
maintain,
bonuses. Yeah.
yeah, maintain your starter status or whatever. I want fucking a bowl appearance. It's only 6 games. Everyone gets a bowl game nowadays.
Hmm.
That's not
Yeah.
hard. You're
Yeah.
not asking much
Yeah.
there. But that's just like two basic things I would want. I don't know, from somebody who's
I
I'm
think
giving fucking $4 million to
I
every
think it's a
2 years
I
or
think it's a learning
whatever.
process right now. They're starting to do that because like this year was kind of like Neil was introduced. So next year they're probably going to fucking figure more stuff out, and then I think the year after that it's actually going to be where it's going to turn into NFL. Like
It
if they
just
don't do it
seems
next year, it's going to turn into NFL where you got contracts and then you're going to get bonuses and incentives because no team wants to pay this person $4 million, a college kid, 19 years old, pay him $4 million for a year
no.
if he fucking only plays 6 games, fucking like 4 touchdowns, and is not even a top 25 fucking
But
receiver or running back. So there's
uh,
gonna be I think it's gonna be incentive based is what I'm trying to say. I think it's gonna be
yes, and
incentive
it
based.
should, because how much fucking cojones do you have to trust an 18-year-old
Mm-hmm.
with like I'm gonna give him $4 million and I'm gonna expect him to perform on the
Yeah.
field. Like, I don't care how good I was at
But you're
anything,
finding out.
which I wasn't good at anything.
Yeah.
But you give me $4 million to do that at 18, I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting distracted. Like, I'm
You
not
are.
gonna be so good at
You are.
anything, at that thing that you're paying me to do.
I'm pretty much. I hope my
Because now
coaches
I
and
got money to do other shit that I want to
I
do.
hope my coaches show me. I know one thing I ain't doing probably, man. If I make that much money, I'm probably not like fucking doing the
Staying a
homework
virgin.
in class. Yeah, well, yeah, obviously, but like I'm talking about like the classwork. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have tutors,
Yeah.
and if the coaches don't get it
Or
for me, I will.
tutors that do
I will.
your, yeah,
I
that
will.
do your shit
Like
for
if
you.
if they don't help me with it, I'll go ahead. I got $4 million, man.
Yeah. You don't
I
think you
got
can't find a tutor that would fucking do all your shit for you for money?
fucking.
Like, there are people
I'll
out
tell a
there.
dude. I will tell a
AI
fuck
does it.
dude. No, think about it like this. No, think about it like this. Like, say they're going to school. Most like UVA is like $38,000 a year. This kid's
Mhm.
making $4 million a year, right? So
Yeah.
what I would say, I would find the smartest motherfucker in the school, and I'll be like, I will pay for your school for every year that you do my fucking homework. You do my fucking shit. You help me
How
with you.
soon
Yeah, I will pay you $64,000 out of my $4 million.
how
Come on,
soon
man.
into this nil, Jimmy? How soon into this nil do we get our first bribery story?
It's going to
Like,
happen,
where
brother.
a student is gonna get
It's going to
busted for
happen,
trying
brother.
to, or buying grades, stuff like that, based off
What's
no money. It's
what's probably
coming.
I tell you what's probably going to happen, John boys, and I'm gonna fucking jump on your coattails right now. But the thing
Or
that's
yeah,
probably like I'm gonna jump on your coattails. The probably thing's going to happen is that they're going to hire somebody to do that work for them, and then decide they're not going to pay them. That's
mhm.
probably what the fuck going to happen. Cause you know how kids are, man. They're gonna be fucking like,
You
I'm not paying you. I'm an athlete. I'm about to
you
be a
you
superstar. I'm going to NFL.
Stacy just brought up an idea
Come
or
on.
a thought. You remember, like, I mean, there were students getting paid to, throw games before. Can you
Yeah, that's
imagine
what we're doing now.
now? Like, you can legally give them this and like show you have a paper trail, but then
Uh,
have a secret
uh,
conversation.
yeah,
And they're like, oh yeah, it was a bonus because he did this, that, the other. You could make up whatever the fuck justification is to give him that money. And
absolutely.
like, dude,
It's
it's gonna be
dude,
hard to
like
regulate.
I'm telling you, man. Like, so is it gonna know everything? All the athletes in the past that either got kicked out of school or anything for fucking betting on games?
No, because that's not the way they work. It's not the way that
No,
the
but what I'm
government
saying
works.
is
They're
like
just like, yeah,
this is what it's
it's the
turning
same
into,
way
though.
if like you got busted for
Yeah,
marijuana, you didn't get released
yeah,
from
yeah. You
jail
don't.
when the
Yeah.
laws were, eased up. You
In
still doing your fucking time.
some places you have because they
Some did, and
decriminalized it.
good for them.
They had to let them
But
go.
yeah, but I don't think anyone else is gonna get anything
No.
from that. with
It's
the
just
but
crazy what it's about, what we're witnessing, man. What it's about to turn into.
it's
That's the
gonna
crazy
turn into
part, bro.
bad.
It's
And
whew,
I immediately started playing devil's advocate in my head. I'm like, well, people have been buying people forever, as
hmm
far as sports is concerned, but it's different when these guys are in the NFL because they're older. They're more mature, whatever it may
hmm
be. But when you're getting these kids now, because now you're actually lowering the bar that these kids are going to start getting looked at and money flashed in front of them while
Boom.
they're in high school.
Yeah.
In high school,
High school,
and
brother. That's how you gonna get picked for fucking college. It
there's
ain't
a
about
lot of
scholarships
talent
no more.
there's a lot of talent coming from some like not really good homes, and I'm
hmm
saying that like low, like they don't make a lot of money kind of
Yeah.
stuff,
And
and
that's
that's gonna mean a lot to those
it is.
people at that time, and they're not gonna be looking too further on
Mm-hmm.
down the road. I'm just
Yeah.
it's gonna get nasty, dude. It's
Yeah, it
gonna get
is, man.
nasty, and I'm
Yeah,
here
it is.
for it.
I
But
think
it's
I
not my
think
money.
yeah, I think about what we talked about earlier in our earlier podcast that we had about this subject is that they definitely now have to, especially I don't give a fuck about the NFL so much because
Yeah,
now we're talking about kids, man. Like now they got to have some kind of class or some kind of situation where they train these kids about finances. They
yeah.
have to because you don't want these kids to ruin themselves because you didn't educate them. Like you
Right.
using them to make money off them, you got to at least help take care of them.
If you
You
give
know,
someone millions of dollars, you need to teach
you
them
need to.
about money. Like you can't do that. That's like giving a child a
Yeah,
fucking book of matches,
yeah.
and then a cup of
Like it gets
gasoline.
hot, just tell them it gets
Yeah.
hot and walk away. Like, come
Yeah.
on, man. Like,
You need this to survive, but I'm
yeah,
gonna give it to you. Yeah. But
yeah.
yeah,
It's just
no.
like because if not, you're gonna fucking you're gonna ruin the system where like we have fucking horrible players coming into, or we won't even have players coming into the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, like you're ruined the whole game. You got to coach them up. But no, like we're learning this year. What I learned is that we're learning that just like the NFL, college is having a salary cap for each position for like players because quarterbacks right now, the going thing for quarterbacks, what I told you that 8 million for 2 years, there's probably like 13 like top ranked quarterbacks that transferred that are pretty good, that were really good on the team that transferred. And some of the better ones are making that kind of money, like $4 million a year. So there's like four or five that's making that kind of money. And then it goes like five, like for 2 years and three. They're doing it for 2 years, man, because everyone I looked at, they were talking about 1.5 this year, 1.5 next year. That's still a
Yeah.
lot of money, man, for
Yeah.
kids.
The best part is though, like when it's college ball,
Yeah.
Jimmy, and I don't know, maybe we get an influx of talent because there is
Uh huh.
now money to be made.
Yeah.
Maybe high school kids that have potential don't quit as,
Mm-hmm.
easily. I don't know, but these, that money, I lost my train of thought. Shit.
Come on,
Never
man.
mind.
We'll get it back, man. We're
No,
talking about the
yeah,
money, man. Get it back.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, no, that I can't. I lost it.
You good?
No. Yeah,
He'll
I
come
was
back, man. We're
going
old.
somewhere and then I backed it up and I backed it up too far.
That's
Fuck.
all right.
All right. All right. I got a new subject. Can we get
Come
to a new
on,
one?
man. By
Okay.
all means, brother. Come
I
on.
think we're kicked that nil shit in the
Yeah.
neck enough. Um, I've been watching some of the bowl games and I started thinking, and as soon as I thought it, some shit happened. Ooh, oh,
15
that's some
yards.
bullshit. Yeah,
Yeah, that's 15 yards all
on
day, man.
35.
Yeah.
Can't do that, man.
He's a rook. He's a rook, and he hurt his wrist. Ooh, that's
Yeah.
Devontae.
Ah,
That's Smith, man. That might be bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not good. That's a wrist.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but here, trick plays in bowl games. Why don't we see more of them?
I don't know, but they're fucking fun to watch, ain't they?
Yeah, and as soon as I thought it, I was
Fucking
watching
fun to
the
watch.
OU game, and the OU like successfully uh
Yeah.
did one, and I was like, I started thinking, I'm like, these guys are like half of them now, like you said, like guys have transferred out, so they're
hmm
playing with, they're freshmen, they're sophomore guys, they're dudes that haven't really taken a lot of
Many
snaps
snaps.
all
Yeah.
year. It's the last game of the fucking season.
Mm-hmm.
More dudes are leaving at the nobody leave it all out on the line. Do some fake shit constantly. I don't care. Make it fun. The school already got paid. My feeling on
Mm-hmm.
bowl games are bullshit. It's just they're all they are a money grab at the end of the season because all you got to do is get 6 wins and you're in a bowl game. What do bowl games do? They attract advertisements, they attract
Yeah.
ticket sales. They get put in these different cities, whatever, that then now get, these fans, the
Mm-hmm.
influx of, the economy because, you got tourism coming in for the game. Uh, so, just bowl games are a money grab now. But so why not just go out there and have fun? Do just the craziest shit and, do a fake play, do your Statue of
Yeah.
Liberty shit. Like,
Yeah.
just leave it all out there, dude. Make it more fun to watch.
It is fun to watch, man, because a lot of bowl games now they're so uneven. You know what I mean? Like they're so fucking horrible. Like because it's like one sided. But yeah, that would fucking be. I love it, man. I love seeing trick plays because really in college back in the day, man, we growing up, that's all. Like we used to see that. We used to see trick plays all the time growing up, man. Like in
And
my life of living, like
why not as a special teams coach? I mean, because you don't get the chance very often to run one of those plays in an actual game where the defense is trying, you know?
hmm
So you want to see how it works, do it. Like, why the fuck not? Like,
yeah.
you're gonna surprise the shit out of
Mm-hmm.
everyone, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone's gonna have a good time. But I wanted to jump on what you said about the games are blowouts. Some of them
Yeah.
are,
Yeah, some
some
of
of
them
them
are.
aren't.
Yeah, a lot of
Some
them.
of them should
Yeah,
have been.
yeah,
Like
but weren't.
maybe that Miami game, if you want to bring that up.
That was
Uh,
horrible. Yeah, we
oh,
definitely got to talk about. There's so many things to talk about in that game.
Miami, yes, yes, honey. I understand what you're saying, but Cam Ward
Yeah,
was one a Heisman Trophy runner the
mm.
entire season. Decided he wasn't going to play in the second half.
I
He's
thought they
taking
sat
points
him.
off the board.
Yeah, I thought they sat him.
It's a different game if
Yeah.
he plays. You can be upset about it all you want, but I understand you didn't say you disagree. You're going like this. And that's the exact face, unless she wants to come over
Yeah,
here and do it.
yeah.
Everyone
No,
else will believe that was your face.
you should ask her what she feels about that game. That's what I would do.
I did,
Cause
and
she
she did
she
this. Well, we had the discussion yesterday that Iowa State is they are sleepers. They are
they are a
upsetters.
sleeper.
Yeah,
I talked about it beginning of the year, man.
they have a history of like bringing in top 10, top 15
Mm-hmm.
teams and beating them. Ask
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma. They
Mm-hmm.
hated going to Iowa State
Yeah.
because the Cyclones would beat them. And
Mm-hmm.
they would be like ranked sixth and then have to go beat up Texas
Mm-hmm.
in the Red River robbery to make it
I
back in
think
the
the nil's
good
going to help
graces.
them. I think the nil's going to help that college. I think the nil will, especially the
Oh, most
spotlight they're in
definitely.
now. Spotlight they're in now. But yeah, like I
Oh, that
digress,
was a
man. My
sad
fault.
game.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
sad for
Yeah.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, OU,
Yeah.
till you get it together.
Come on.
But yeah, Miami. So Miami comes and they play, and Cam Ward breaks the record for the D1. Was it touchdown?
Yeah, touchdown record. It was like
Yeah,
158, something like that.
yeah. Who did he
Uh,
be passing? Oh no, it's just a pass. I don't care who
uh,
he beat.
uh.
Yeah, and then Iowa State beats him by one. Like what is that? What does that say to NFL teams
I just
about
like that he don't care about nothing but himself.
or the
That's what it
record?
tells.
Yeah,
No, no, not even the exact. It's still himself. Like
yeah.
one because either he's going to use the excuse. Well, it wasn't important. No, it was. It's the last game you're playing with your fucking team, so it's important. I don't give a fuck if it was the fucking I'm gonna wipe your ass bowl. It's a bowl game that's televised that your team could have won if you stayed your ass in there. That's what it's about.
What
That's what pissed me off about because I didn't know, John Boy. You told me. I thought it was the coach's
see,
decision to shit on
I
him. And I was
had
like, that don't make any sense. But all right, that's why Miami's a dumpster fire. You know what I mean? And then you
yep,
told me that, and I was like, get the fuck
I
that.
had
So I
I
Googled.
I had no idea
Yeah,
at first either. I thought he got hurt. I was like, why the fuck isn't Cam
yeah.
Ward in?
Well, I didn't see
And
anything on injury, so I was just like, maybe
yeah,
they're sitting him. Maybe
so
something. I don't know.
I
Like,
continued to watch the game. I turned up the volume, and they're like, "Yeah, he took
yeah,
himself out. Was
yeah,
voluntarily." Like, oh, so what?
yeah.
That the
Because I
thing
was
that
watching
gets me
different
is
games. I was watching different games. So,
Jesus Christ, the Colts. Oh my God, Neighbors gets a 31-yard touchdown on my bench. I'm gonna lose
fucking
it.
no, fuck
Motherfucker.
that. The
That hurts my
Panthers,
defense and my
dude.
offense.
Fucking Tampa Bay is struggling
I'm
against
gonna lose to my
Carolina.
brother.
It's fucking 10-7. Fucking the Bucks.
Oh, this
Like,
is because I'm in the championship. That's why, Jimmy. It's the only
oh,
reason. It's because I'm in the
hey,
fucking fantasy football
hey,
championship.
hey, and I thank you every year for creating it so somebody
Yeah.
else can win the championship. I
Yeah,
appreciate
my
that, John.
brother's gonna win this year. Dude, if I won it this year, I wasn't gonna get myself a trophy. I
You
wasn't
should have.
going
I would
to.
got a big ass
No.
fucking trophy.
No, what I was gonna do is I was gonna send everyone else in the league a blue participation ribbon with your team name and what place you came in on.
Dude, that is a whole new level of petty, and I fucking love it. That is fucking beautiful. Man, look, I need you to win, man. Go ahead and send them. Man,
Right?
that is a few brother. That is
Mother
beautiful. That's a whole different petty, man. That's better
well,
than any fucking trophy.
I need fucking Green Bay Jordan Love to go off then. He's my last saving grace since Neighbors is gonna fucking do good finally on my goddamn bench. And I went and picked up Indianapolis's defense off the waiver wire
Yeah.
specifically because
No,
they were playing the
what you
Giants.
did, what you did wrong, John Boy.
Is I jinxed them,
Metcalf,
right? Dude, yeah, Xavier Worthy on my bench. Who else
Metcalf.
was on my bench? The other guy, too. Yeah, I thought, you know what,
Come
Jimmy,
on, man.
we're not talking about that right
I'm just
now.
saying, brother.
We're
Like,
talking
soon as
about
when you started talking bad about Metcalf, I was like, dude, you don't remember week 7 when I dropped that bitch? Like, I had him for
no.
6 weeks.
I
I
thought he had one
drafted
more
that man.
game.
That was my second pick. I drafted him, John Boy, and I gave him up. So that should says something. I hung
No.
out almost like six
And no one
weeks
else picked him up, and that should
because
have been
they
a
knew they
sign.
saw my shit. 6 weeks. Like I I lost a
God,
lot of my
it's
first
gonna
games
cost
because
me.
of him
It's gonna
by
cost
like
me.
1 or 2 points. Like 1 or 2 points, I lost my fucking games this year because of him. Because he had 3 points, 4 points.
All right, let's get off fantasy. What's your next topic? Hit me up with something.
I'm sorry.
I know. It's okay.
Let's talk about man. Let's talk about all right. So, shit. If we're talking still on college,
We're still
we
on
gotta talk.
college.
We gotta talk about Belichick, man.
What about him?
So I found out some shit too because I was like, man, let me look into this because I doubted. I was like, man, Belichick ain't going there. Like he's too great of a coach to go to college, and I was absolutely wrong about everything. And he went there. So I was like, so who's gonna be the people that he brings in? How much money is he gonna spend to bring these people in? So I fucking went and I fucking went. U.S. Today came out and they had fucking all the information on everything, man. So Belichick, I told you, got potential of making $13 million a year, right?
Yeah,
And
which is a pay cut.
then I was like, his fucking like there were rumors going to be he's going to pay his staff anywhere between $10 to $15 million for his whole staff. That's everybody, like all the coaching staff. But
That's
they
not a
found
whole lot.
it's not. But this is what college is, man. But it's still more than fucking UNC has done in like 10 to 15 years, man. Like
Okay.
they don't spend this kind of money on staff. They might go out and get Mac Brown and spend 6 7 million on them, but then the coaches that they bring in there is probably like 5 million for everybody. So
So
it's
where are they
10
getting this money from?
boosters. Come on,
I
man.
know, but where are they getting the money from?
Yeah,
All of a
fucking
sudden, why? I mean, why
healthcare.
weren't they given that money, kind of money
They're giving it
beforehand?
from healthcare. It's, that's what it is, man. The fucking UNC is it's a fucking doctors. Like it's a medical fucking like they're
Smart
known for
people go
their
there.
medicine. They're like
Smart
UVA. They're known
people
for
and
yeah,
good basketball
yeah.
players.
So they're probably insurance.
Yeah.
Probably dabbled in a little insurance or something. But anyhow, like the fucking assistant coaches.
UNC
So
campus is just a bunch of fucking Jewish kids and tall black guys.
so so pretty much. So the breakdown of the fucking money wise, like US. This is USA Today, like 3 days ago. So it was like $10 million for assistant coaches. So that's all his, like, I guess,
Yeah,
whatever. And it's $5.3 million support staff. So that's like D line,
yeah.
secondary, like quarterback, like so that's
The guys who put ice in the baths, like
mhm.
that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and 1 million, 1 mil for strength. The position, like, yeah, 1 mil. So that, like, fucking, like, that's crazy because that's usually just one person.
You.
That's just
Yeah.
one person,
Your
right?
strength
Like,
and conditioning coach is one
so
dude.
you're talking about, that's what I was laughing. I was like, damn. I was like, maybe I should have went to school for fucking that. Because look, you're talking about support staff. You're talking about position coaches, running back coach, like multiple, probably 15 to
Dude.
20 people, right?
Dude,
Splitting
yeah, go back.
splitting $5.3 million, man.
Maybe it's time to go back to college and get a degree in
Yeah,
PE
yeah,
and just fucking
yeah,
work your way up to
yeah.
massages and then
But so,
get into a
why?
fucking
Because I'm
school now
Asian.
that's
Because I'm
huh?
Asian, John Boy. I should do massages.
Yeah, because it's already ingrained in you to be great at it.
I get that.
Yeah.
Um,
You're a great
so,
cook too. So
so like the crazy part, they released some of the players that, like, the coaches they already fucking hired, and I knew fucking one of these motherfuckers. It's his son. I knew his son, defensive coordinator. That
yeah.
is, like, fucking his son's defensive
You gotta
coordinator.
keep it in the family, Jimmy. You gotta
You
keep the
have
money
to.
in the family. Yeah.
Well, he played, like, he was. I think the last team he was coordinating for, or was position coach, was, I think it was like Redskins or something, and, like, he fucking moved. He fucking moved the fucking. He moved up under defensive ranking when he was coaching. But then you
Yeah.
remember Freddie Kitchen?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah. So,
Cleveland
like,
Browns.
yeah. So he was the interim coach this year. I thought they were gonna fucking kick him to the curb. Like,
Right?
yeah,
Stacey and I were talking about
I
that. We were
thought they were,
like, Mac
but
Brown was gone, and then
yeah,
yeah,
he's the assistant coach.
yeah,
So he's gonna be the guy making fucking $10 million a year.
nice as an
Yeah,
assistant.
as assistant, because he's gonna be like the fucking
But
offensive
usually
coordinator.
assistants are get the bitch work, so
Mhm.
maybe that 10 million is kind
Yeah,
of worth it to
yeah.
be under
So,
Belichick.
but yeah,
Like
like,
his
I'm like,
assistant, like it sounds like you're probably gonna deal with a lot of bullshit.
but I would have grabbed somebody else for that position. $10 million. Somebody would have loved to come there for $10 million a fucking
But like who? Do you have
a
somebody in
year.
mind? Huh? You said somebody like you had somebody in mind.
No, like, fucking, like, no, I don't have anybody in mind because,
Oh,
like, I don't know who's going to be a free agent or who got fired this year. Like, we'll find out everybody that's getting fired, like, probably,
yeah.
like, January 6th. Like, we'll find out, like, everybody who's getting fired. Like, so
There could be
that,
there could be more moves where like
but, like, you can get a fucking solid offensive coordinator from a smaller school
yeah.
and tell them, like, bring your ass here, we'll pay you $10 million. They're gonna do it. You'll probably have people just to work with Belichick that played, that fucking did it in NFL and dropped back down. You know what I mean? To be offensive coordinator for $10 million, man. You're not really
Yeah.
losing, man. $10 million a year, you're not losing. Like,
And
I don't know
just
what kind of taxes North Carolina got, but I guarantee it's not fucking anything ignorant like Virginia.
no, and
You
it
know what I
and
mean?
Jimmy,
Like,
not only just to have that on your resume, to
working
be
with
like,
Belichick.
I was Bill Belichick's
Yeah.
offensive coordinator
And
for
that's
2 years.
what that you lead
You
into
know some
fucking.
shit.
Yeah, you were leading into the next thing I was going to talk about. This was that because people are going to take a pay cut because everybody that worked with Belichick at one time or another, whether they
They
lasted or
got
they
him.
didn't, had a head coach job.
Yeah. And actually was wait, I was gonna talk before I fucking knew my stats, but I was gonna say
What?
we're all
Good.
winning head coaches, but
Yeah.
and I say
No.
that and I'll say that and they've all at
Josh
least won
Josh
one
McDaniel.
NFL. They've
Oh,
all
yeah.
they've
Yeah.
all won at least one. Yeah.
Yep.
And
So,
McDaniel
so.
won all his games off of what's his name's team.
Hmm.
It wasn't his team.
There wasn't his team, man.
That was God, what is his name? I can see his face. Shanahan. That was Shanahan's team, and that dude, Shanahan could make 1,000 yard rusher out of a fucking
Anybody,
bowling
all of them.
ball.
But that's the Shanahan family because that's the same
Yeah.
thing with 49ers. You seen it
And then
this
as soon
year.
as they would leave, they wouldn't do shit. Remember Peyton Hillis?
Dude, they were on like this year. The San Francisco is on the third running back, and the third running back is a serviceable running back. You know what I
But
mean?
they
Like,
have a history of hurting them too.
yeah, yeah,
They
and all
kill
of them
them.
are
But
well. Proven example, all of them are hurt. Like the
yeah,
third, they had no running back. Man, he's just coming back this week. They lost three running backs this year, man, because they like when the quarterback is
one of
not.
them being arguably the best or
Yeah,
was the best running
was
back in the league.
yeah.
Saquon.
He's yeah. Like
Yeah.
telling you, brother. Like I don't know. Like that whole fucking. There's coaches that are like families of coaches that at one time, all of them, whether they were at their position coach, whether defense coordinator, whatever, head coach, have a bloodline of just great coaches. Like the Ryan family, they are, but they aren't. But like, they not head coaches. Like the sons are not head coach.
Defensive. They're all defensive geniuses. The
But but
Ryans are defensive.
but like their defenses at one time or another, multiple years have been the top defenses in the NFL. So
Yep.
like their dad was a fucking asshole. And I remember he punched like I remember he punched that
The
dude, got to
Bears.
fight on the sideline. Got, got to fight and literally punched the dude. Like but like that's the kind of football they are. I always hate them because
Yep.
I remember his dad used to fucking coach for fucking the Eagles, man. And the Oilers. Like
Yeah.
yeah, like that dude was always an asshole, man. But that's what you needed for somebody that's defensive minded. You needed somebody that was violent. Somebody that's aggressive. Like there's no holding hands on defense, man. Like, and those are the
Yeah.
best defensive coordinators.
Offense you
You
can
can hold
be
their
you
hand
can
and
be
hug them.
finesse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you can be
like
finesse with
defense,
offense. Defense,
like you
yeah,
shit on them. Like what the fuck
yeah,
are you like grab them? Like what the fuck are you
yeah.
doing right now? You know what I mean?
You
Because
have no emotions. You're a brick
that's
wall.
what
Stop things
that's
when I
what you
hurt you.
have to be on defense, man. Like you have to be the last line of defense. Like where I'm gonna. It's like I believe that like defensive players are true gladiators because it's their job to dominate you and make you not want to do your job.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like so, like it's just crazy, but totally different
Jimmy,
subject. Yeah.
we need to get into these college football playoff picks.
Let's get it. Let me
Yeah,
pull my Aspen. Let me pull my Aspen up, brother.
your
Let me pull
Espen up.
my Aspens. Yeah.
Is that where you're going? Where the wine flows like the swans of Capistrano?
What?
Espen. I don't
What
know.
is that?
I fucked up the line from Dumb and Dumber when they're trying to go to Aspen. Yeah,
Oh, I got you. I was like,
yeah,
I got confused for a minute, my brother.
yeah.
Yeah, it's oof. I can't wait for these bowl games, man.
I got the first one for you. We got Texas number 5 at
Hmm.
number 4 Arizona State. Arizona State had the bye. Stacy's got Arizona State. She just likes saying scataboo. She likes
Scatterboo.
going skeet skeet scataboo.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I got Texas.
Was what? Arizona State's the Big 12 winner. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, she's going Big 12.
Come on.
Yep. She's
Ooh,
loyal to
girl.
her conference. Her
Damn, girl.
Wildcats of Kansas State did not make it.
Damn,
We
girl.
love them. We had
Hey,
great times there.
hey, you tell her I'm proud of her sticking by
Yeah.
it. She
Yeah.
kind of like me.
Yeah.
Gonna
I mean,
watch.
she's going to be wrong because Texas is going to beat the
Absolutely.
shit
It's
out of
gonna beat the
Arizona
brakes
State.
off. But I love the loyalty. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I
I
love her
fucking love it.
enthusiasm. She's a
I
great
love it.
team. And
Yeah, right.
yeah, Arizona State's I mean, they're tired. They had that bye, which I think hurts them.
Yeah. I
Maybe
think
if
the
they didn't
rhythm.
have if they didn't have that bye, because I mean, Arizona State's last game, Scadaboo he did great and was doing
Mhm.
the Heisman Trophy pose, and then had that conference afterwards saying that
Man, he should
I
have never
think,
done that, man. He should have
yeah,
never.
he should have
The
never
man had
done
it.
that.
Man had
I and
1,300 yards, man.
we were talking
1,300
about
yards.
him during that
Yeah,
game, and I was enjoying watching him run, saying that like he looks like the next McCaffrey, and then he did that shit,
yeah,
and it kind of turned me off about
yeah,
it. Like
yeah. Humble.
you need to be humble. Yeah, McCaffrey was
Yeah,
humble, then he got humbled, and then
yeah,
his career's over with. That's
yeah,
why you got Scatterboo coming up now.
yeah.
But other than that, Arizona State just doesn't have anything else to beat Texas, and Texas
Mhm.
has every
Every
way.
no, I
Yeah.
think the thing that's going to show up in that
No,
Texas game.
honey, we gave you mad props when you walked away about
Yeah,
okay. She said fuck Texas, and we get that too.
I just think like I don't think
I'm gonna get a soundboard so I can do like a
yeah
cheer button,
yeah.
like
I
yeah.
think that Texas celebrates this game, and I think Texas can go either way after this. But I think this game only reason is because Texas has a solid defense, man. Like their defense ain't crazy, but they got a solid defense, and the main things they have that I don't think this Arizona State quarterback seen is that front seven, that defensive line, man. They're about to fucking create chaos in that backfield. He
Yeah.
better run. He fucking better run the shit out of that ball and fucking so he could fucking open up that play action. But like if they
I
can't
think
run on him, like dude, that's gonna
uh,
be a long day for Arizona State, man.
I think Arizona State's been using these past couple weeks to just watch tape and just
Mm-hmm.
find ways to just control the bleeding
Mm-hmm.
is what they've been doing because they know they can't beat them
Yeah.
on certain levels of this game. Offensive,
Mm-hmm.
defensive, that's the two. Maybe special teams, they get something. But yeah, Texas is just gonna I'm with you. They're gonna beat them. So let's go across the board. We'll go Ohio State, Oregon. Who you got?
Oh man, I think this is a revenge game, brother. To be honest with you, I think it's a revenge game. Yeah, man, I think it's a revenge game. They remember that 1 point loss on a game that might not have ended the way that most people thought it should have ended. They probably thought that Ohio should fucking probably should have fucking won that game. You know, like, but like I think it's a revenge game, man. I'm going Ohio State all day on that one. I just think that Ohio State's just fucking different, man. When it comes to playoffs, Oregon, not so much. You know what I mean? When it comes to the lights, they have a tendency to have the worst fucking game. You know what I mean?
Jimmy, I am gonna back you on this
Uh,
one and go with you with Ohio State. I
uh,
believe they are the better team.
yeah.
I believe that 8 seed is I mean, it's warranted, but
Mm-hmm.
it's also not it's something to be looked at when
Mm-hmm.
you look at Ohio State.
Uh,
Um,
Especially
because
you already played, and that
yeah,
was one of the better
they
best games that we've seen all season. You know what I
they're gonna
mean? Like,
beat Oregon, uh, mostly because I don't know if this could have been anyone else that Oregon
mm-hmm.
was playing, I probably would have picked
Go
Oregon
to
to win
Oregon. Yep, I would do
because
the same thing.
I don't foresee Oregon going any further than this. And I will continue to pick Oregon to lose until they prove me differently
Yeah.
and win the championship. So I go with you with Ohio State because I do believe they are the better team.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon's gonna get I'm not even gonna say it. I just or Ohio State beats
Yeah.
Oregon.
I think it's
Uh
going to be a. I think it's going to be another game like it is now, but I
yeah,
don't think it's going to be a 1 point game. I think it's going to be a touchdown
no.
difference. I think it's going to be touchdown to 10 points difference. I think it's going to be a close game where everybody that's watching is going to enjoy it. But I think, like you said, Ohio State's going to come over top.
Okay, that was easy.
Yeah,
Now, this one's a little bit more tough.
yeah. I can
Um,
see which one
I
you're
think
going.
for you,
Uh,
not for me. I've already got my mind made up. Penn State, number
yeah, I
6
do it.
at 3, Boise State. Who you got?
I told you, man. I'm still sticking to my guns, man. I think Penn State is is going to win that game. I think they're going to take. I don't think. I think like this, man. I think after this, it's going to be a hard road for Penn State. I don't know if they get past this the next game, but I think they take this game. I just don't trust the dude. I've been saying it all year. Like, all right, so my thing. Did I meet you? Did I meet
No,
you?
no, no.
Oh.
I hear
So
you.
yeah. So my thing.
I'm listening. I'm just watching the
Oh
the Tampa Bay game. And I was like, he's out of
yeah.
bounds. It's
Yeah.
all good.
So my thing is, I feel that like Boise State is a better version of SMU, but at the same time, I still believe in the same thing that I believe in SMU. That they really haven't played anybody. And this is a high caliber team. Penn State had played people. They had played ranked teams. And they had some close games. They had some games they should have lost. They had some games where they just dominated. It's just I just think Penn State's gonna be well prepared because all they had been doing is practicing for this team. And that's rare the time that they had to go ahead and practice for this team. So I think they're gonna dominate them. But after
Jimmy, I'm
this, no, I don't know how far they're gonna go.
this
You
is
know,
this is the first one we're gonna disagree on
that's
because
okay,
I'm
man.
going, and that is okay. We can
Yeah, it's
disagree.
okay.
It's okay for you to be wrong. Um, Boise State is going to beat Penn State,
mm,
and I tell you this, I think it would be a better game had I not watched that Penn State game previously.
mm-hmm,
Um, their offense did not impress me at all. Their defense was given two touchdowns early on. Maybe that affects the offensive play calling. It shouldn't.
mm-hmm,
If it does, that only says more about their play calling and their
mm-hmm,
coordinators than it should. That these guys are not willing to keep the pedal to the metal, and that's going to cost you.
mm-hmm,
Um, Penn State, they're going to turn over the ball offensively. Boise State's going to capitalize on it. I think that's what happens in this game. I think Boise State is given the game is what
mm-hmm,
it is. People are gonna see it as that. Like Penn State comes out looking like trash. They turn over the ball early. Boise State capitalizes on
mm-hmm,
having good field position and a strong running game
mm-hmm.
because they have who should have been the
No,
Heisman Trophy
he's
winner.
going to like I can see that man fucking going for fucking 175
Yeah.
yards and two
Well, I'm
touchdowns.
saying, yeah, the
But I
game's
don't
gonna
think they're going
it's
to win the
gonna
game. I don't
you
think
know,
I
okay.
don't I don't. The reason
I
why I
think they're
don't
gonna
the reason
I
why I
think they
don't
get
think
ahead early because Penn State is there. I don't think Penn State's ready. They were given that last game, and I think they're gonna come out a little bit sluggish. And if
I think
Boise
they're going to
State
come out
punches,
okay.
that's gonna hurt them.
Yeah. So the
But
reason what you're saying, I think like I understand what you're talking about. How you said because of the last game they're going to come out. Because of the last game, it made you feel that they're not going to come out. Is not they're not going to come out dominant because they're given the game. But I think the opposite. I think because of the last game, they're going to be more prepared for this game. And
okay,
I feel that you can't stop that running back that Boise State got. That's why I said
yeah.
the man's going to have over 150, 170 yards, two touchdowns.
So it's a
But
clock game, you think, with Penn
yeah,
State?
but he's going to have to chew up a lot of fucking time of that clock. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I feel that when that quarterback, because all they're going to do is be like, fucking show me that the quarterback can fucking throw the ball. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think the quarterback's going to have a bad game. Like you could have 200 yards and two touchdowns, three
yeah.
touchdowns, but if they got a run game and a pass game, that's what I feel about it. I feel that
Okay.
it's going to be like a game. I think that's going to be another game that's like it's going to go down to the wire. It's going to be fucking like a maybe a touchdown to fucking 10-point game where
I'll give
that's where the window's going to be at.
I'll give it to you because I think this is what you're saying. Penn State does and is a better team on paper. Like
Yeah,
position wise, they
all the
have the
way.
better players,
They got the best one of the best
except
tight
for
ends
at running back,
running back. Yeah.
So I get it, that yeah, they should, but I just don't I don't think I
No,
think
I
they're gonna
get it.
come out sluggish and that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna hurt them. I
Yeah.
don't think they have the talent offensively
Mm-hmm.
to come back because once Boise State gets momentum, I think they win it. So if, like I said, if Penn State comes out sluggish, gives up the ball early, and Boise State capitalizes on it, then Boise State wins.
Yeah.
But I'll go with you on Penn State winning if Boise State does not do that.
Yeah.
But
I
I
just
can't.
feel I just but I just feel with the games I've seen this year, like how many 30 plus point games they had, like with fucking like with a true fucking football team. It ain't one side. The reason Boise State was able to open everything up like a lot of season was because of that running back. But they were playing individuals that
Yeah.
weren't really solid defense. Like Penn State doesn't have the best college defense in college, but they got a good fucking defense, man. They held
Yeah.
many of teams under fucking 2 touchdowns. Like I don't know. Like
No, I get it.
I think it's gonna be a fucking great game. I
It is.
fucking
I
do.
can't
I
wait
do.
for it.
This is like I feel like this year of college the same way I feel if NFL. I think the playoffs this year in both are going to be really fucking good fucking playoff games because you
Yeah.
have so many teams that it can go either way where it's evenly matched because like core positions like and defenses and coaches like I think it's like one of the better seasons I've seen in NFL and college for playoffs, man. Like it's been a long time we've seen something like this, John boy.
So
Like
the last one we got is number 7 Notre Dame at number 2 Georgia.
mm,
And I'll let you go ahead and get your thoughts in first.
woo, this is a game I've been waiting for, man, because it all depends on I want to go for Notre Dame, but the problem is over time in the last few years that I've seen Notre Dame be a contender, when the lights come on, man, they have a tendency of not succeeding. You know what I mean? In Georgia, overtime, this is what they're built off. Like they will lose and come all the way back from fucking like 3 touchdowns and come back. They are built for this. That whole program is built on this, man. Like they have good coaching and they got a solid team, but it's like if they show up. Like I've been going for Notre Dame all year, man. But I think Georgia takes them, man. I think Georgia takes them this year.
Let me start off by saying this. This is a prove it game for Notre Dame.
It is.
This, I mean, anyone else in this position is whatever, but it's debated back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But this is they have to do it
They have to,
right
but
here. If they beat Georgia, and I say if, that's a big if
yeah,
because I don't think it's going to happen because I have fear of the SEC, the way they used to, like you said, they would look strong
yeah,
all year against strong
yeah.
teams, have strength of schedule, and then get to these playoff games or these bowl games and just shit the bed. I'm aware
Horribly,
of that. I've seen it.
horribly.
I mean, you can't deny
Games they
that.
should have won, man. Games they should have won.
Or
That
at
I
least
went in.
showed up
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
at least put up a fight. There should have been,
yeah.
when they've had top ranked defenses, they just get trampled by SEC
Mm-hmm.
teams. So this game does scare me in that sense.
Yeah,
Um, that being said, Notre Dame looks really tough
yeah.
this year.
No, but this is.
Georgia is fallible.
I'm also gonna
Georgia
say
is
this.
very
Yes,
fallible.
but I'm gonna say this. This is like because I'm not like a fan to Notre Dame like you are. I'm a college football fan. I've been watching Notre Dame pretty much all my life because I had a starter jacket, man, when I was in like sixth, seventh grade. The big Irish like this. You know what I mean? Like I had the starter jacket. So like
It was a
I
sick jacket, blue and
yeah,
gold.
like I watched them because like I really my team always sucked. So I always watched them. This is one of the better teams that I have seen Notre Dame produce in a long time, man. Like I like one of the all around solid teams. Defense when they show up is amazing. Like look the defense is amazing in general. Just look at the fucking scores. Just look at the people they played and
The
make sure
defense only
that you're
didn't
not
show
going to
up in
score
one
on it.
game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they blow people out. But the problem is that even with Beck not being in, like he's injured, season ending. I still feel that that defense is still solid enough, and Georgia's running game. They got like fucking three people that can run the fucking ball in that
Yeah.
backfield. The quarterback just can't lose the game. That's
But
it.
see that I think that
Yeah.
that's what
That's
scares me
the only
because
thing that could be the turning point.
Because Beck was declared out
Yeah.
with plenty of time for this because like these aren't like backups in the NFL
Uh-uh.
going up against,
Yeah.
pros. These are recruited kids that were I mean Georgia has a very good recruiting,
Very good.
history. So the guy behind him is probably not that bad. Is he a
Mm.
cherry? Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's probably not
Well,
that bad.
no,
And
no, he's
that's a guy
not
on
because
TV
he played
to
last
to
game.
scheme against a very good Notre Dame defense
Yeah.
is what Notre Dame cannot
Yeah.
fuck up offensively. They need whenever they get the ball, they need to score. If
Yeah.
when they get turnovers, they need to turn those into points.
So
If they do that, they win the game.
so the scary part, John Boy, I watched that game. I watched the last game they played, and that backup got more yards than Beck in that game. Like
Yeah,
he did better in that game when he came in. It wasn't nothing to brag about. It was under 200 yards, but it was a better completion rating. It was a touchdown.
it
Like
was a win.
it was a win. So like,
Was it?
and like you said, I don't know if it was a win, but I know
I don't
I can't
know.
remember.
He did well.
Yeah, he did well. So like, no, the only thing I did remember is that Beck did worse. So like on top of that, because Beck really he hasn't been playing his best year. Like the last 5 games has probably been his worst 5 games since he's been in college.
That and he's like
And then
32
he got
years old.
hurt,
He's
and then he
young
got
as
hurt.
shit.
Yeah, he then he got hurt. So like,
How the
I don't
fuck
even know
Drew
where.
Lock got two touchdowns? Sorry. Sorry. Drew
but
Lock has two
the
touchdowns.
yeah, the whole fucking crazy part about that, like, I don't know what's going to show up because that Georgia, like, and everybody, and this is what happens, man. The playoffs, that Georgia defense is still Georgia's defense because when they're hot, they're fucking hot. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why I chose them over y'all because y'all got a solid team, but I just think the tendency that Notre Dame has to collapse in like primetime games has been proven. You've seen it every year for the last 4 or 5 years, man. Like everybody's talking about like national championship, and then a game pops out. You're like, how the fuck did that? How many times have we said, how the fuck did that happen? When we're watching
Too
them
many.
play. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like teams they shouldn't lose to. If it was regular season and you put these two together, I'd be like Notre Dame all day. But being the
Yep.
playoffs and the situation, like I don't know if it's coaching, I don't know what it is. Y'all got a solid program, but no matter what, it's going to benefit you, whether you lose or you win. Because if you, no matter
And then
what,
they join a conference.
no matter, yeah, that's what I'm saying. No matter what, y'all joining a conference next year because it's proven that no matter you're in the playoffs, and
Yeah.
that's all it's about. It's not whether or not like who you play. It's like where can I go to make sure no matter what I'm in the playoffs. So
Fucking A.
I am so
Fucking A,
happy.
dude.
I am so
Yeah.
happy that Notre Dame will join the ACC next year, man. So like it's an amazing thing because that's where they're
I
going,
can't
brother.
wait for them to
They're
just
going.
watch them beat the shit out of
Yeah.
Clemson, dude. It's gonna be
Dude, they're going
great.
to ACC, man, all day. They
Yep.
got to. If they don't, then y'all deserve whatever the fuck y'all get because y'all are idiots. Like, if it was me and it was my school, I'm like, hell yeah. I was like, no. I was like, who the fuck do I got to beat in the ACC? Who?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Just Clemson. That's about it.
Fucking Clemson. Like, come on, man. Like, Clemson. Like, that's not even. And the only
Yeah.
reason you're talking about Clemson is because they were there. Like, the other team that's good is Miami. Come on, man. Like, you got, like, that's a
All
ACC's
right.
where it's at, man. You know what I mean?
Well, Jimmy, we're gonna take a break right here, and then we're gonna get into the NFL,
Come
buddy.
on, man. I got a lot of the NFL shit, dog. All right, I got to piss anyhow.
Me too. No, I don't. No, I don't want to come up there. I don't ever want to live in that state again.
Mm.
No, no, no offense to current certain current red. I don't want to talk about this. Let's talk about the fucking NFL, dude.
I just said that if a monkey fucking outbreak happens down there, I was like, you got a place to stay.
Well,
I
we
ain't
had the
why.
outbreak happen. As far as I'm just saying that I don't think they fucking found all the goddamn monkeys.
Nobody's a zombie yet, man. Like you're not a zombie yet, so it ain't
I'm not
bad.
talking
So
about
you ain't got to
zombies,
move.
man. There
Talking about the
was
monkeys.
the guy. It was the movie called Outbreak. It had Patrick
Yeah,
Dempsey in it.
yeah, I remember it.
They didn't turn people to zombies. It killed
Ebola,
everyone.
Ebola.
That's what they thought it was at the beginning with Dustin Hoffman
It
and
was
what's her
AIDS.
name. I never believed that marriage. It was like it was Dustin Hoffman and it was what's her name that was like she was Mel Gibson's fucking wife in the Lethal Weapon movies. Who did some stuff. You know who didn't do some
I'm
stuff?
working on
My
draft picks,
fantasy
man. I'm
my
working on draft
fucking
picks.
fantasy team sucking dick. I
Okay.
have to buy my brother a fucking trophy now.
Hmm.
Dude, I had like an 80%
You
chance of
should,
winning going
dude,
into the
dude,
game.
dude. You should make it a big penis with balls and everything.
I can't do it, dude. I got you your trophy. That was
It
cool.
was awesome. It
I
was
gotta
good
do the
though.
same thing.
You should. Who's this team? The Bears.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Stacy said she sent the video of
Oh
the
yeah, yeah. Let me check it
sunroom
out.
to
Let me
the
check it out.
group. To the
Let me check
group.
it.
That's
Yeah,
why. So in case Abby asks, why is there a video of a fucking room? That's why.
it's all good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. Check it
Yeah.
out. Girl, stop. Crazy.
That was
Oh,
mine.
we're gonna fight. Me and you.
What were we yelling about?
We're gonna fight.
I forgot what we were yelling about. What were we yelling about? Oh, never mind. Okay. NFL now. Oh, fantasy. Yeah, I gotta buy my brother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fantasy. Yeah.
yeah.
So who's his
Oh,
team?
fuck. That really took a shit right there, didn't it?
Who took it? Like, who's his team?
The
What took it?
podcast really took a shit. We both just zoned out for a minute. Oh, okay. Dude, okay. I had a question. I was watching the commercials during our little break. And you know how Progressive has the backup commercials?
Yeah, I
Like
got you.
when the father can't do something, so they bring in a backup.
Yeah, I know you're
Who?
talking about Alex Smith, and they had all Redskins. They had all
Yeah,
Redskin players, man. That's crazy. They did though. Like they're all
they
Redskins
were a
players.
team full of backups.
Yeah.
But
Just all.
who would who would be your backup, and what would you be doing at the house that would require to have one?
Mm, that's a good fucking question, dude. Um, well, fucking, if I'm getting attacked by somebody, I'll fucking blow my whistle, or whatever, and I'll fucking call in fucking like Bob Lilly, man, and be like, "Hey, I got these motherfuckers about to attack my house." He was a scary motherfucker, man. I'll tell him
This is
he'll be
a
my guard
backup.
dog. He'll be
He's
my
a
he'll be my backup guard dog. That's what the fuck he'll be
he's a
if I can't.
backup quarterback. This is a backup quarterback.
Oh, as a backup quarterback.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
how the have you seen the commercials?
yeah,
They're
it's
all
all
backup
rescue. Yeah, it's
quarterbacks.
all backup quarter. I thought you were talking about backup player in general. Quarterback?
No,
Shit,
no.
man. Like,
That'd be about.
let me
I
think.
had
I have no fucking clue because I'm like, what kind of skills they got that I can't do? Like, that'll
I
be
had
fun.
I
So
just
it'll be
no, it
hard.
just
It'll be
it's
hard. Let
not
me
a
think.
skill
Let me
that
think.
you can't. It's just who would be funny in the commercial in your commercial to show up as your backup is what I'm saying. Like who
Oh,
would be funny? I
oh,
have
Rodney
one
Pete.
for you.
Rodney Pete.
I had Charlie Batch.
Yeah, Rodney Pete. Like, yeah, okay. If you want to do something funny, like because he always
Yeah,
comes
that's what
in.
I'm talking about. Not
Okay.
serious.
I was like
Goddamn,
Roddy.
dude.
I was like Roddy Pete. I was like something they got to take care of something. I was like shit,
Yeah.
man. Look, man. Like I'm a couple in and a couple in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And when the wife wants a couple more in, you call in Rodney.
Rodney. Oh,
You're
touching
the
my
one who
wife.
started.
I
Yeah.
had to shoot him. I
Yeah.
don't want to shoot Rodney. He already got taken out by Darren Woodson.
Everyone in the league.
But no. You want to talk football, man? You want to talk NFL?
No, no. I had
What
your. We're talking about the progressive commercials, man.
Okay, let's talk about a commercial, man. Who you got?
You know who my backup would be?
Who's that?
My commercial would be me trying to do something electrical, and then Jameis Winston would come in.
A lot. You trying to get that man killed, man? You trying?
The
Why do you
commercial
do
would
that?
be hilarious.
You fucking hate that dude. Like I don't know why you
It's
hate
just
him.
me like fucking around with some outlet. And I'm like, hey,
Fucking
honey,
hate
can
that
you
dude.
make sure the breaker is off? Yeah, the breaker is the breaker up?
This dude's trying to kill
Goes to the
Winston,
phone,
y'all.
and then
He's
Jameis
trying to
comes in. He's like,
and
no
dies.
need to worry about this is how to check and see if the breaker's off.
Mm,
That'd be my commercial. Yeah, but Jameis Winston is my
come on.
backup. My backup to my backup would be Joe Flacco.
Damn, Joe
It
ain't
would
do
be
nothing.
like it
See,
would
now
be
you're just a
something.
bully because to me, I hated Joe when he played for the Ravens. But after he left, I was like, man, he's not a bad dude because that motherfucker is a good quarterback.
My commercial with him would be like something tall, like I couldn't
Yeah, that
reach
makes
to
sense.
screw in
Yeah.
something, and so
Grab your
like
box
his
of
efficiency would
cereal.
just blow the whistle and throw the flag, and Joe Flacco would come in and just easily just like
Change
screw
the
a light
light
bulb.
bulb. I get that. That makes sense. That
The
makes sense.
stepping stool breaks. I'm like, oh, getting mad, and she just throws me out of the game because I can't control my temper.
That's funny as shit.
Screws in the light bulb, scores 4 touchdowns. Joe Flacco. No way. Okay, dude. Yeah, I've got one more subject after that revolving around a team I want to talk about, but we can get to them later if you got something for me.
Shoot, I got a couple things on football, like football
Hit me
wise.
with something. I'm tired of talking.
So
Holy
let's
shit.
let's fucking let's talk about Joe, man. Like Joe Burrow. Like let's talk about MVP pretty much. So who you
Okay.
think gonna get MVP? Who do you not who gonna get it? Who do you think deserves MVP?
I immediately have to go with Lamar Jackson. And I say that because that team, win or lose, relies on him. Even when they have Derrick Henry, they give him the ball at the goal line
Mm-hmm.
and or at least give him the option to make a judgment call. Anyway, the ball is in the game is in his hands. The team,
Gotcha.
he's got the numbers to show that he's the most valuable player, even with you know Derrick Henry as his running back. They have I wouldn't say great wide receivers. They've got good wide receivers. They've
Mm-hmm.
got a team.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's you can't say Pat Mahomes because he just doesn't have the statistics. The numbers aren't there for him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's I would have to go Lamar hands down right now. I don't see
Mm-hmm.
anyone close other than maybe uh fuck. Pick someone from Detroit, I guess.
He
I
said
don't
pick somebody
know.
from Detroit. I mean, Lamar's having a good year, man. There's no question. Like he broke that record for I guess fucking like rushing like season. Like he took Michael Vick's number, I guess, for
Mhm.
rushing like in the season, and he's probably gonna demolish it because he's still got games left. But I mean, like he's good. Like I get it. Like and he deserved it every other year prior to this. But I think if we're talking about the best player on the team, like hands down,
In football, isn't that what we're
and
talking about? The
yeah,
most
like in
valuable
football,
player.
like in
Yeah.
football, you have to say Joe Burrows, man, because that guy, even losing, you put him on any other team to the Super Bowl. Give me a team that has a top 10 defense, top 15 defense. He's in the Super Bowl. You
Mhm.
talk about stats like Joe had he's going to have 5,000 yards at the end of this season. Like he's going to like he got to get two games left, I think. He's going to have 5,000 yards in the season.
How frustrating is that got to be for him
It's
to be
hard.
so good every game and just still lose? Like he's
It's
and
horrible. Especially you were talking about stats. You were talking about stats like fucking like hands down, like he's the best. This dude is gonna probably end the year with 45, 50 touchdowns. And he only has like 8 interceptions. That's the
Mm.
fucking crazy part. Like this dude, his whole career, Joe Burrow's been kind of good. This is possibly the best season he ever had, and his fucking defense was probably the bottom five, bottom three of the league in the NFL.
And that's what sucks for him because that's what's costing him.
Yeah, the
You know,
games.
if they're winning those games, those close games, he's number one MVP.
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about. But
yeah,
because he has a losing record, it's kind of like you can't
yeah.
like how do you give
But
MVP to a
we
guy on a
don't.
losing
But
team?
like the whole thing is that if we're talking about MVP and you're on a losing team, like everything around him, he has no run game. He really like they lost
Chase Brown was doing pretty well.
pretty. He's still at the bottom of the
Chase
league,
Brown, yeah.
like
Chase
he's
Brown.
bottom of the league of rushing. Like
Well, he's
they
hurt.
had
Now he
they
is. He's hurt.
yeah, but what I'm saying their run game has been bottom of the league all year. Like it's
Yeah.
been one of the worst, and their defense like the the crazy shit is their running backs is not getting touchdowns. They're not. So it's pretty much all on Joe. They're the only team in the NFL that has consistently scored 30 points plus and lost all season. Like,
And
are you
lost.
lost?
That sucks.
This dude, like I'm
That
telling you, man,
sucks.
like this guy right here, the yards he just has right now is like 200 or 300 yards more than he had in any other season. He's
Have you
15. No, this is crazy. He's like 12 to 15 touchdowns more than he had in any other season. He's having his best year and they're losing. It don't make any sense, man. Like I just been puzzled by it. Like how do you
have
score
you
30
been
plus points and not
have you been watching the Hard Knocks on HBO Max, the
mm-mm,
AFC North?
mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean it's getting to a point where I mean when is enough enough? The
Yeah.
guy is putting forth, like you said, the best year of his life and a losing effort.
Yeah, and that's why it
And
says to me MVP because most
he has this spot on the show when during one of the games that they lose close, and he's back at the bench and he's sitting there and he's just turning his head, shaking his head. He's like, "It's embarrassing. It's
it is.
embarrassing." Like getting
Yeah,
mad.
I saw that on ESPN. Like I saw when he said it, they were talking about it,
Yeah.
and it is, man. Like this dude is doing everything in his power. This man had a 5 touchdown game and lost. Talk about that. Five
Yeah.
touchdowns this man threw and lost the game, man. Are you fucking kidding me? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I have always thought Joe Burrow's previous to this season was a little overrated. I said it, and then I watched this season. I'm like, I feel bad for this kid. Then I went back and looked at his stats. I'm like, this kid has generally been good, no matter what. Higgins hurt, still fucking.
I think what it is he heard me saying that I was
Well,
going with uh Jalen Daniels
mm-hmm.
as the better quarterback
I
out of
don't think so.
LSU. No,
It's gonna
I
be
know
hard. It's
that's what
gonna
I'm
be
saying,
hard.
Jamie. I'm
It's gonna
saying
be hard.
Joe,
Yeah.
Mr. Kid Burrows. I don't like
Got
referring to
another
little
one.
kid as Mr.
Got a fucking another
But
interception, man.
yeah, that's what they do.
I love it.
Yeah, he
Draft
heard me.
pick. Come
He
on,
heard me,
top
and
15.
he's like, no, I got you. Check this shit out. And he's having the fucking year of his life in a losing effort.
Yeah.
And Jaden Daniels is getting all the limelight. He's getting the hype fucking videos on
Mm-hmm.
ESPN. I just watched one before these games started. So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you're welcome,
Yeah, the
Joe.
kids. Yeah, the
Yeah, I lit
kids.
a fire under his ass.
No, but like that motherfucker's man, like he should get MVP because by far, like if you take him off the team, you have nothing else. You have nothing else. You
I
have
believe
nothing
that.
else. You don't
I
have a
believe
running
that.
game. Like
But
at least in Baltimore, yeah, Henry, man.
I just don't think you can give the MVP to somebody on a losing team.
But like it's
At least a winning record. Okay.
but this
But
is the thing. This is the reason why it
how
has. This is the reason
how
it
do you
has changed.
justify that?
How? Because this man has passing almost 1,000 yards more than Lamar Jackson. That's how. Like you can't give that man and then you talk about but at the same time he has 800 yards like fucking rushing. I'll give you that. But the man almost has 1,000 yards
And a winning
more.
record.
And Lamar Jackson is not even close to the amount of touchdowns that man has. You get what I'm saying? He has less
Yeah.
interceptions, but not by many. But I'm talking about double digits. This man is above touchdowns on Lamar. So you can't really say, well, because he rushed. Well, like, okay.
Well, I would argue that
This man is
TD
playing
factor is
his position
the
the best.
fact
You know what I
that
mean?
his team is usually playing from behind or giving up so many points that he is having to
It's not
go
from
get his
behind. Like
touchdown.
every drive that he
But Jimmy, you're
plays,
saying they're scoring 33 plus
because
points a
every
game
time
and still
let me
losing.
I'm
So they're
no
having to put up points
so
to lose these
I'm gonna
games.
explain why from the beginning of the game because we done discussed this before we even started the conversation. They have no run game.
Yeah.
So every time he touches the ball, he scores a touchdown. Lamar can't say that. He does. Like every time that man touches, because Lamar don't have 30 plus like points a game. Like it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to say that you're wrong, but it's like
Yeah.
it's just pointing out factual that this man every drive pretty much that he touched, he scores a touchdown without the help of
Okay.
running back. You know, he has
So
no choice. They should have signed
we
Mixon. They should have signed Mixon. They should have
yeah, they should
re-signed him.
have. They should
But
have.
they have no
So
run game.
let's do this. Let's do this and then move on to the next subject. I bet you $1 that Lamar Jackson gets more votes than Joe
Because
Burrows
he's a
does for
Lamar.
the MVP.
So
No, I'm
what
saying,
this is
are you willing to take that bet? It's just a
no,
dollar.
because no,
And I'm
it's
not
gonna
saying that he wins. I'm just saying he gets more votes.
but what I'm saying is that that's what's going to happen because it's a popularity vote. It's the same thing that happened that you were upset with the Heisman. You know the same reason why you were upset with the Heisman is the same thing that's going to happen here. It's because the popular vote is Lamar, and he's
Yeah.
a great quarterback, all around quarterback. I'm not taking anything from him. I'm just saying as a quarterback position, true quarterback position, this man is having a better year. Touchdowns, fucking yards, completion rate. This man is having a better year. You get what I'm saying? That's
Jimmy,
all I'm saying.
I just like I completely just saw our conversation about the Heisman Trophy
Hmm.
the other way. Like you
Yeah,
were me, I
but
was
that's
you.
this is what it
That's the
is
same
exactly what.
argument. Yeah,
But
it
that's what's
is.
going to happen. I'm telling you, Lamar is probably going to get his third MVP, and he deserves it. He does because he's a great fucking quarterback, and people say he's not. I'm not saying he's not. Like for me
I'm
to
not
say,
saying he
yeah,
isn't.
for me to
And
say
I'm
that,
not saying Joe Burrow isn't.
no,
I'm just
no, no,
saying
no,
you can't give him the MVP when he has a losing record.
no, but that's you.
That's the
That's
only
how it's
thing
always.
I'm
That's
standing
how it
on.
always worked. That's how it always worked.
Yeah.
Only time that happens if you have a running back that is really fucking good. But if you have a quarterback that is better than a fucking winning quarterback, the winning quarterbacks don't get it all the time. But if it
Yeah.
was fucking like a running back that was
I
about
mean,
to smash a record,
it's a
yeah, it's a
quarterback
driven
fucking
league. Yeah,
uh
driven league.
what is it? It's a quarterback award is what it
Yeah,
is.
it's pretty much it's always been. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not taking anything from Lamar. He's a great quarterback, and I feel like he deserves his flowers when he fucking for the things that he was done because they shitted on him for so long. They told
Yeah.
that man when he came out of fucking like when he came out, he should have been a receiver instead of a quarterback. And they've been saying that shit every year. He's not a true quarterback. He's a running back. He's this. He's that. And he's fucking still proving that he can throw the fucking ball. But this
Right on.
year, like as a quarterback passing, come on, man. Burrow's about to have 5,000 yards, man. To Lamar's 3,600. Come on, like that is a lot. You know what I
It is.
mean? Like that is a lot. You know what I mean?
And so
That's crazy.
we're gonna see who ends up winning that one.
It's gonna
So
be Lamar.
I got another question
Come on.
for you, Jimmy, and it's team specific. Um, I was watching the game the other night. how does New England, how do the Patriots get better? Like, I don't see anything, I don't see any light at the end of this dark tunnel for the New England Patriots.
I,
Drake May, I thought was gonna be okay, and then he ends up getting hurt. I mean, he
he's
did all right,
Carolina,
but
man. He's
yeah,
Carolina. Trust
I mean, it's sometimes,
Trubisky.
shush.
Trubisky.
I was behind Mitch at the time.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
just saying, like, that's what it
yeah,
is. You can't
yeah.
trust Carolina. You can't trust Carolina quarterbacks. Name one.
Well, the Notre Dame quarterback right now, I think, holds a UNC transfer.
Mhm.
Is he a UNC transfer? I'm probably fucking that up. I'm really high.
Yeah.
But
It's okay.
anyway, no. How does so they potentially have could get the first overall draft pick because the Giants right now are deciding they're gonna win.
Mhm.
So if the Giants win tonight, they throw a big wrench into who's going to get the first round draft pick because now there's going to be like a four-way tie of teams, I think, that all have 3 wins, just three
Mhm.
wins. Um, so how does it if figuratively speaking, hypothetically is what I'm looking at.
Come on.
Uh, Patriots get number one draft pick. Where do they go?
I don't think it matters, man. Like, the reason I say that is because until they drop that we're following the blueprint for fucking Belichick and they fucking bring in their own and start a new program, like, I don't think it matters, man, because the fucking organization is stuck on like build the hoodie way, pretty much. That's what they've been doing since he left. It's like we're gonna have the same caliber team. We're gonna do this. We're gonna no. You gotta fucking gut everything. Fucking start all over. Fucking get a brand new blueprint, man, and start over. Like, cause it's been proven, man. You've seen it since fucking the hoodie left. How many first round picks have these people had, and how many times have they messed it up? A lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, it's not going to change until they change the thought process. Is that now we're going to make it the Patriots way, but it's not the fucking Belichick way. Like, they have to change everything around because it's still building it off that. Like, you can't. He's not here no more. The team's not here no more. You have to fucking bring in and fucking start brand new, get a young fucking offensive minded fucking like coach and fucking run with it. Like, but right now, like, it don't matter how like if they got the number one pick, they're gonna fuck it up. They have. Dude, how
So
many
they
quarterbacks have they got that was fucking first round they thought was gonna do something and failed miserably? They're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna grab another fucking quarterback and it's gonna fail miserably. You know what I mean? Like, they need to fucking gut it, man.
I was thinking that yeah, if they end up getting hell any
Any
type
quarterback.
any top 3 pick, top 4 pick, they should sell for
Yeah.
picks.
Yeah, it's gonna be top
That's
five.
all you need to do.
That's what
Just
I would do.
start you need to start saving money. Start, selling some draft picks, get more draft picks later
Mm-hmm.
in the draft. Yeah, start building a team like that and
Mm-hmm.
then bring in a coaching staff, like you said, get rid
Yeah,
of everyone that was under
everybody.
Belichick that has anything that's like
That ties to
Belichick
him
way up. Yeah, get it the fuck out.
because it's not
So
working. And it
yeah,
was Belichick for a reason.
it works under Belichick.
Yeah,
That's
you're
why
not
he's
Belichick. You know what I mean? That's a problem. Every personnel, whether it was defensive coordinator, offense coordinator, head coach, everything was built off that. Like, it's not working. And
yeah.
it hasn't worked. Like, it has not worked. Like, and
I
it's
had
even shown, like, you had your old quarterback go somewhere and win Super Bowls. And you're still looking there with your thumb in your ass, man. Like,
mhm.
stop it. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like, that organization ain't gonna be good until they move on to a different process. I would hire a young-minded offensive or defensive coordinator that's young-minded
Do you
that would
think
change
Kraft
the
is gonna
whole.
allow that, or do you think Kraft is gonna dip into the like uh you know old boy,
I
what is
think
the word I'm looking for? Like the
good old
group
boy
of
shit.
boys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
good
no,
old
yeah,
boy.
yeah, good
Yeah.
old boy fucking shit. No, I
He
think
seems like
he's,
that kind of person.
but no, like he is, but I think he likes winning. Like he's a better version of fucking
He
Jerry Jones.
likes finishing, Jimmy.
He's a better yeah, he's a better version of Jerry Jones. So he will adapt and try to fucking create something out of it. I think he will. I think he'll find a new, young, offensive minded or defensive minded quality coach, whether he was like a position coach and promote him to a head coach and then fucking work that way. I think he will fucking understand when, but I think he will eventually do it. You know, he would try
I
to figure
mean,
it out.
great great civilizations
Yeah,
have taken the mighty
yeah,
fall,
yeah,
and the Patriots are in that
yeah.
fall right now, or are at the bottom. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe they go even. Maybe they do worse next season. I don't
Yeah,
know, but they are definitely, without Tom
yeah,
Brady and without
yeah.
Belichick, not a winning organization. So
And it happens, man. Like the same thing the Kansas City gonna go through.
what happened? Tua's out.
I
Well,
knew
that
it, man.
sucks.
Like he shouldn't. Like yeah, he had a hip. He
I
had the
thought
hip
you were
thing.
going to tell me that I was winning finally in fantasy and that you loved me
Yeah.
and you were going to give me midnight BJs.
Whoa.
I don't know. You throw it.
I know she looked at you weird. She was like,
Well,
"Motherfucker, you live."
does he have a backup in? Oh, so you're gonna win off some bullshit.
No, like yeah, like Huntley. Like he
Wait,
has a fucking
wait, who
Huntley.
who who are you playing?
Like Huntley. That's the guy. That's the guy.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
from
I'm gonna
Michigan.
contact Woolery. Is that a bitch
No,
move?
no, don't do that.
Oh, is there who are they playing? I bet Cleveland's quarterback is available.
Mm.
I guarantee you that three named
Bro,
motherfucker is
they ain't gonna
still
do shit. They're
available.
gonna play that
I'm
fucking
not gonna do
backup
that.
quarterback from Michigan. You know, you go and play
Yeah,
that back. You
yeah.
need to go get that backup from Michigan, man. Your backup. You
What
better
are you
fucking
talking
get a
about?
quarterback. You better get a quarterback.
Fucking
Get a
fucking
quarterback.
Tua. Oh
Bro,
well,
like, did
dude.
you think anything? Hold on, man. Did you think anything different? Now, do you believe that this man's
No,
injury prone?
no,
He
no.
got to leave.
Yeah, I
Like,
know,
if it
Jimmy.
ain't
I
concussion,
I didn't want him back. I didn't want him back. I don't think
that
he's.
motherfucker got to go,
I
man.
I think he made the wrong life decision to come back,
Yeah,
but it ain't my life. It's his. So
yeah.
he can do his thing.
Hey, man, can I give a shout out to something? I want to talk about. That's a fucking
Yeah.
beautiful fucking dog, man.
Jeez. Yeah.
She almost looks like she's a lab, right?
No, Pitt.
Oh, she's a pit,
Yeah. She's
dude. I
like
thought,
60 something,
get the fuck out of
like
here.
78% Pitt.
She, she got to have some lab in
Oh,
her though, man.
girl. She
Or
has a little
Doberman.
bit of lab.
Yeah, but like when she was sitting there, I was like, man, I was like, she looked like a Doberman because she's a tricolor. You know what I mean? Like different color, like the
Yeah.
soft brown and like almost like a Doberman underneath, like a little bit different color brown.
Yeah.
Like, but
She's
no,
whining. You want to whine?
yeah,
Whine into the microphone.
yeah,
Don't poop in it. Whine. Cry like a
yeah.
little bitch. Come on.
My baby girl's over. Like I was playing with her, I wore her ass out, and she over there laying off the cold ass towel in the kitchen, like she's
Yeah.
laying down, like,
Yeah, dude. Oh, they love that shit over here when it gets hot out. They'll come in and
dude.
lay down on the
Can we,
cold
t- can we
tile.
can we talk about something real quick that I forgot about
Yeah,
college, man? That I want to celebrate, man.
bring it up.
Is the Army run game, man? What they
They've
finished
won.
with the season with? No, not just that, not the game. The run game, brother.
What
They
did they finish
had
with?
like 4,200 yards. Yeah,
That's a shit ton of. That's a lot. Well, I mean, the Army's been known to have,
ground game.
yeah, that's how we work.
Yeah, yeah.
On the
Boots on
ground.
ground.
But the airborne guys will be like, it's all
Uh,
about airborne, dude.
yeah.
What the fuck ever, dude? You got pushed out of a plane. Eat a dick.
Just
I
you
don't
were mad and
care.
he shot people in the face.
Yeah. You fell, dude. You're
But let me tell
falling
you,
gracefully. I
but
saw
no,
someone.
like the stat, like, cause I'm all about numbers, man. I'm weird like that. But the fucking stat that's crazy. The best fucking quarterback this season had 4,700. They had 500 more yards than their run game. The best quarterback.
500?
They had fucking like the fucking college quarterback that threw the ball
Yeah.
had 500 more yards in their run game all
Jesus.
season. Yeah, that like that's why I celebrate this run game, dude. 4,200. That's quarterback numbers, man. I've been saying that shit all year. Quarterback, and they lost their best running back.
To
All
what? To
I
like
don't
war?
like. I don't know.
To
No, like he
war?
transferred. Like he hit the portal.
He went
Like
to the Ukraine.
I wonder where the fuck he went to. I wonder where the fucking it was
Can you
Udon.
transfer out of military?
Yeah,
Like,
because it's the same rules, college rule. Like you have to do it your last game of your sophomore year. And they played Navy, and then when they lost in Navy, he immediately went and said, "Hey, I'm going in the transfer portal," so he could fucking like won't be penalized, and he's
I guess
allowed to
that
do
makes
it.
sense
Yeah, it's
because
fucking
yeah,
crazy.
I mean, you don't sign a contract until you graduate from the academy, so but yeah, dude, fuck. Well,
That's
congrats to the
crazy.
Army and their fucking run game. They're badasses. Dude,
Yeah, I gotta find out where he went to. Hold on, I'm looking up.
all right, while you're looking that up, I'm gonna bring up some shit about Jim Harbaugh. Check this out.
Come on.
Stanford with Jim Harbaugh. Great. Stanford since then, not great.
No,
49ers before Jim Harbaugh, not great. 49ers with Jim, great. Michigan before Jim Harbaugh, not great. Michigan with Jim, great.
they beat Ohio
Michigan
State
since
one
then,
time.
yeah, what one time.
One time.
Michigan since then without him, not great.
Mm-mm.
Chargers before Jim Harbaugh, not great. Chargers with him. They
Playoffs.
made the playoffs, dude.
Playoffs. That's what I told you, man. I said that this year, that this I told you, I said it like you look. I don't know what podcast I
Bears
said it.
need to get Jim
No, brother,
Harbaugh.
they're not. They're not. Like he chose to go to that team. Why? Because he's a quarterback-driven coach.
He could
Everywhere,
have had
every
Caleb Williams.
everywhere he went. No, like he knew that. Yeah, that he knew.
Yeah, he
Like
knew
he
that
knew,
kid was a piece of shit.
and he was like, "I seen this kid. He has years. Like Herbert is having the completion rate, touchdown, yards, interception. The most important thing, interception. He's having his best year
Herbert has
ever.
always been low key. What
He's
is it
at
with those
he's right
guys in
here.
the
He's average. He's like right
but
here.
but the numbers are always arguable great in certain ways. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they did. No. No,
What?
when he took them to the Super Bowl with
Yeah,
Kaepernick.
yeah, Kaepernick. Yeah, Kaepernick. And then what?
John was
But
the other side.
yeah, the Ravens. His brother was with the Ravens the whole time. Like
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, he
Honey,
was.
they didn't make this up.
No,
Jim Harbaugh was with the 49ers.
he was with four. The crazy part is,
Yeah.
but also let's talk about this, John boy.
No,
John boy.
you're getting the brothers
Yeah.
confused. Jim was at the 49ers. John has always been with Baltimore for like 17 seasons. Yes. Yes, he has.
Yeah. He played with them. But what happened was the same thing that he always does. Every time he gets in trouble with whether it's NFL or fucking college, where they're about to fucking investigate him, he leaves. He did it with
Well, that's what they
49.
all did. Pete
Ah,
Carroll did the same thing.
but he's done it
Went to the
consistently.
NFL. Yeah,
Nah,
and then they
brother.
run to
Like
the NFL and then run back.
he like he
Saban did
went
it.
like he went to the NFL the first time because he was dealing with fucking shit. They was getting investigated. And then he went to San Fran. And then he was dealing with shit. He was getting investigated. He went to Michigan. He was dealing with shit. He got investigated. He was like, okay, I'm out. And then he went to fucking Chargers. Like, that's the one thing I
It's
can say. That's the
it
only dude I know that's fucking been like that. Like,
because no,
like
Pete Carroll
registered
did it
NFL,
too.
not NFL and college.
Yeah,
multiple
that's
times,
why Pete Carroll left the U left you.
multiple times. I'm talking
No,
about like
not
the
multiple
motherfucker.
times
Yeah, the motherfucker
because he
did it
never
twice in
got caught
college.
in the NFL cheating.
He did it twice in college and one
Yeah, I
time in
know.
NFL. So everywhere he
What I'm
went, he did it.
Jimmy, what I'm saying is that's the move. That's the
Yeah.
move because they can't get you. They're like once you move out, like you're no longer in that league in the NCAA,
No,
they
I
can't
understand.
they
No, I
can't
understand.
find
I
you, they
understand.
can't do anything.
Dude, I understand why they did it.
So what
But
are we arguing
like,
about?
what I'm saying is fucking like he's done it. Like he's a dirty coach. He's fucking Bill Belichick
But
cheating,
he's winning. He's
cheating. Yeah.
winning.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I don't like those people though. But I think he's going to
You
turn
don't
that
like
organization
winners.
around. He's going to do it again. He's going to do it again.
Wouldn't
He's
you
going to
love
go
for
back
him
to
to do it
college.
for Dallas?
No,
Just bring him there. Just what?
nah, bro.
Bring him a
Because I don't want.
championship. Bring him a
I,
playoff win,
Bro, like I
and
deal
then
with
bounce.
fucking no, fuck that. I deal with fucking Emmitt Smith had the best line in the NFL. Can you imagine if a coach came and cheated? Come on, man. I'm done with all that, man. I don't want that. I don't want that argument.
Everyone's gonna
Look,
hate on the
I
Cowboys
don't like
anyway.
I don't want that argument. Like the dude's a cheater, man. I don't give a fuck. But he's a great coach. And I said that earlier in the year. I don't have to like him to tell him he's great. The motherfucker's a great coach.
Yeah.
He got a tendency of cheating. Like that's all I'm saying. That's all. Like,
I mean, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And
I know
apparently,
that's right.
his cheating is working
If you
because
ain't
he
first, you
wins.
last.
Yeah, his cheating is winning.
It is though. But no, like he's a good coach, man. Like he makes football fun. Like
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like if you have a coach that can discipline the players enough to make them not do dumb shit, penalties and all that, but also make it fun where you ain't a drill sergeant, you win championships. You know what I
No.
mean? Like you would. Like I seen it over time. Like fucking Reed's a perfect example. Like he's a hard nose when you fuck up, but he celebrates you when you're good. You know what I mean? That's why Kansas
Exactly.
City is a fucking great team. But he don't have to cheat. Just
Yeah.
saying. I'm just saying he don't have to
No,
cheat.
no, I get it.
That's
Yeah.
why I feel like at the end of time when Mahomes, he got like fucking 74 years left in his contract. And like so fucking Reed's gonna stay there to in a wheelchair, you know what I mean? Fucking shitting himself. And he's gonna coach him a couple more Super Bowls.
Jimmy, you could still coach from a wheelchair.
That's what I'm saying.
Stephen Hawking was
And
like
that's exactly what I just
talking
said,
about
John
the
Boy.
universe, and he couldn't even fucking roll his
He
eyes
wore a
backwards.
diaper. Oh, a
Yeah.
diaper. He was like this.
Yeah, he was already shitting himself.
Be like this, dog.
That's a really good Stephen Hawking impression.
That's what he's doing, man.
Yep.
I call it chewing on a Jolly Rancher.
Well, well, Jimmy, I don't have any more subjects, man. What do you got for me?
Shit, I got a couple things, man.
Give me something
Okay,
before
come
we
on, man.
go. Let's head
Let's
out on
talk.
a high note.
Let's talk about the Hall of Fame. We've got the ballots came out with people that's doing it. So I
I
want to
have
speak.
not even heard about this, so
Yeah.
break it
So
down for me.
so the person I want to talk about because you got fucking this first year. It's like Eli, Luke. You remember fucking South Carolina, the Panthers?
Oh yeah, the
Like, yeah.
linebacker. Yeah.
So he got there. Like, fucking, you got Terrell Suggs. He's going to get it before Luke gets it. And then you got Antonio Gates. And then you have, like, finalists from last year. Like, fucking Steve Smith. He's going to get there eventually. But the person I wanted to talk about was Sterling Sharp. Like, they should, that man got hurt after 7 years, man. They should let that man in the Hall of Fame because by far, I could argue the same thing most people say about Barry Sanders. His time ended before, like, well, I could say more like Bo Jackson because his time ended before, like, he had the opportunity to be the greatest fucking tight end of all time. He would beat the shit out of Gonzalez, man. Gonzalez ain't got shit on this man. Like Gonzalez, that's in the Hall of Fame. If he played like fucking half the time, like I ain't gonna say half the time. If he played fucking 10 years to Gonzalez like 17 years, Gonzalez wouldn't even be in the Hall of Fame right now.
Jimmy, I hear what you're saying. I definitely hear you, and I
Okay, I'm
recognize
gonna
how
explain why.
important it is.
I'm gonna explain why.
My
But go ahead.
problem with it is I'm hearing a lot of ifs. I'm hearing a lot of if he had done this,
Okay.
if he had done that. I mean, the talent clearly was there. It's recognizable, but he didn't do like what he did while he was healthy was on track to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, no fucking doubt. But again, you started it with he should be in because of this, not
Yeah.
he deserves. Um, so
He does
I
he does it.
think we're looking too far
I'm
into
gonna explain why,
like
but like
what
I'm gonna
he
let you
could
finish,
have
but I'm gonna
done.
explain why. Let me explain
Yeah,
why.
that's like I'm like it's clear that people have been inducted into the
Mhm.
Hall of Fames in every sports based on what they could have done.
Mhm.
Um Also, guys have been inducted into Hall of Fames based on mediocre numbers because that's what the game was back then.
Okay.
And like they didn't make the vote now. They made the vote, however many years ago when that was great numbers. But games now like uh adapt and they just evolve and they become bigger and the
Okay.
stats become bigger and then people are like, well, you let fucking Gale Sayers in
It
when
ain't
he
that.
did this and
It
this.
ain't all right.
And
So
but
let me
I'm
break
saying
it.
like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm
No, I
saying?
get
Like
no.
it,
I
yeah,
completely understand. I completely understand
you
because
can't,
you're talking about like prior, like fucking say, like well, this guy in 1920 had
yeah.
fucking 900 yards
And
receiving.
you
No,
let
no,
him in.
I get that, but what I'm saying is sheer numbers. So let me break it down to you. So
Break it
Sterling
down.
Sharp. So Sterling Sharp, like that was my one of my favorite players in the fucking early '90s. That was
So
my
you're
favorite.
clearly biased. No, I'm just
But
kidding.
no, the reason why, like, no, but I'm gonna explain
I
why he
know,
was
I'm
my
fucking
favorite
with you,
player.
Jimmy.
Yeah,
Let's
no, I
go.
get it. Like, no, dude, like I get it. But like, I'm gonna tell you why. Because his first year, his rookie year, he didn't get 1,000 yards. He had like 800 and some yards. His first year, that's what he had. So, and then he had 6 years after that. But the crazy shit is, from that point on, even with that bullshit ass rookie season, the man averaged over 1,200 yards receiving as a tight end every year after that. He had
And
1,400. He had 1,400 yards in multiple seasons as a tight end. And
and
then on,
you hold on, and I'm saying that I'm with you here because you keep emphasizing the tight end, and
yeah,
I know you're doing that because this was at a time when tight ends weren't
eh,
doing this. It was a blocking tight end, or you were a catching tight
yeah,
end, and if you were a catching tight end, you still weren't putting up big
yeah.
numbers. You were here and there, scattered in
I
like a
remember, I remember, I remember a
but this
couple of
guy
those
was
years.
putting up
Yeah,
numbers
this is
when
this like I watched this dude. I remember seasons where he was
duck on the
going
field.
like I remember seasons where this man was receiving yards, was going toe to toe with Jerry Rice. You understand that aspect of it? Like he was
Oh, I
about to
do. I
get
know who
more,
Jerry Rice
yeah, he
is.
was about to get more yards than Jerry Rice. Like, and he was right behind him. Finished second many a times with that son of a bitch. That's the crazy part, man. That's the crazy. He was a tight end, man. And then people will be like, "Well, he was a tight end." Well,
Like you can
if
compare
you know
his
this,
numbers to wide receivers at that
absolutely.
time, and he was
Like
blowing their shit out the
in
water.
seven in his 6 years of playing,
Yeah.
his numbers are better than fucking wide receivers that went in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like his
So
numbers
what's
generally,
keeping him out? What do you think is keeping him out?
he got hurt where career ending where he couldn't fucking go past 7 years. Like this dude had 7 years and had over 8,000, almost 9,000 yards in 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Tony
Yeah, yeah, I get
Gonzalez,
it. Yeah.
no, the crazy shit, Tony Gonzalez played like fucking 15, 16 years. Jason Witten played like 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker had half their yards in 7 seasons, including a rookie season. That was bullshit because he was a rookie. They ain't really playing him. So, like, can you imagine if that man did 13 seasons? Think about it, man. Like that man would
Oh,
probably like they it
first
wouldn't even be
ballot.
close. It wouldn't even be close. But that's why I said that like there's certain situations where a player exceeds his position that you give him a pass because like he can't help that he had an injury so bad that he was hospitalized and it made him retire. He
Mhm.
can't help that. But like if he stayed healthy, he would have did it. You know what I mean? Like, so you deserve to put this man in the Hall of Fame. He has to be in the Hall of
So
Fame.
maybe there should be like a separate wing of the Hall of Fame that
I
that
think he
like
makes it this year,
that
man.
like guys that like were on track to destroy fucking,
I think just because of
but it
his
has
fucking
to be like a minimum of like at least
yeah.
5 seasons, maybe something like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I like if I would want
This
to be in the I tried really hard but got hurt fucking wing.
let me put no, like
Mm,
it ain't that. It's the respect that you were at your time. You were the greatest player that ever played. And he
yeah.
was. That's what it's about, man. Like that's what it's about. It's just like
So
at that position, you were the greatest player to ever play it, and he was. This man has 65. Let me put it in perspective.
okay.
Hold on, hold on.
So
This is perspective. He had in those 7 years, he had 65 touchdowns, and fucking Gonzalez, fucking 15-year career, he had 111. Man,
yeah,
perspective. Like you can't say that that man at his position wasn't the best to ever play that position. And he
true,
was,
but
man. Like he was
yeah,
though.
like I'm
Because
saying, like
nobody else had numbers like that ever.
maybe put the wing of like just like the Heisman Trophy winners that didn't win it.
Hmm.
Maybe the guys who have been on the ballot to get in but never made it. Maybe that's a wing, kind
Yeah.
of like you like to show that yeah, these guys definitely were on our radar because they were putting up uh, just ungodly numbers during the
Hmm.
time that they played,
Hmm.
but due to circumstances beyond their control,
Yeah.
they, got hurt
I
and
wouldn't even
couldn't.
put an asterisk next to it. I wouldn't even put an asterisk next to it like it deserves
You're
anything.
just gonna let them in. You just can't let them
You
in,
got
though.
to because like this. Let me tell you like this. Gonzalez career, Hall of
But
Fame.
when do you?
Oh,
Where's the cutoff?
no, let me explain something. So Gonzalez's fucking best year. Never even other than his rookie year, never even came close to his worst year on the 6 years he played. Like it's like you think about it like this. Gonzalez broke 1,000 yards twice in 15 years. This man did it six. If they played him more his first fucking season threw the ball to him more, he would have had his seventh year. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about
Okay.
for your the Hall of Fame is the best player at your position, right? He is because nobody ever as a tight end had 1,400 yards.
Okay.
Name a tight end that
Okay.
had 1,400
I
yards
know, I
plus.
know, I get that. I get
Nobody.
exactly what you're saying. I
He did
understand
it
that.
three
But where's
times,
the cutoff? Where's the cutoff? You're saying this guy was the best at his position for a certain amount of time. And
seven
then
years.
afterwards, I get a lot of ifs, like if he had played longer. So, so where's the cutoff? Like, is it 5 years? Like you were the best at your position for 5 years? Like if you did really, really good for 5 years and then we're like some reason
So,
after that you got hurt,
so like
you
it's
get
like
kicked
this. It's
out.
like
You
this.
can't because you know what I'm saying? Like, where's
It's
the
like
cutoff?
well,
Because
you
you could
do.
have a guy that like came in for one game and had seven fucking
Oh, brother,
touchdowns or
like see,
nine
like you
touchdowns.
you're looking like it's like either we
I'm
talk
saying
about
you're
one.
open up
No,
floodgates.
it ain't open up floodgate. This man consecutively for seven. Let me
I
break it down like
I
hold on,
get
no,
I get I'm saying
consecutive.
let him in. I'm saying let him
Yeah,
in. But Jimmy, I'm saying let him in. But once you let him in, you're setting a standard saying now that players, because they did really well, not name specific, a player did really well for 5 seasons and
no,
then
for
got hurt.
seven. Like I'm
You
talking
should
about for seven. Like
okay,
we're
so
talking
that's the
7 seasons.
cutoff, 7 years. That's what
But
I'm
no,
looking
like
for.
yeah, but the whole thing I'm trying to explain is that like that was 7 seasons. Like
Okay.
there are Hall of Famers that made it that don't even have his numbers that's been in the league 12, 13 years and they're in. And this
And we
man, because his career
and
was
we
cut
talked
short.
about
Yeah,
that.
but his
That's
career was
the
cut
guys who
short.
were when the game was
Yeah.
different
But
and
his
all that
career was cut short.
bullshit.
His career was cut. No, but like I'm talking about in the same era he played. That's what I'm talking about. The same era he played are in there. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, he's not better than Jay Novacek by any means. And Jay Novacek had 3 Super Bowl rings. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. It's
Okay,
that
so
like
why
there's
didn't you
people,
say that from the
but
beginning?
it's
Just
just
saying
like
guys
he's.
that
I don't
played
understand
during
why he
his
ain't in.
time.
Yeah, like there's players in there that had the same. You know what I mean? Like had
Okay,
fucking worse yards. What maybe 2 more, 3 more years than him, but had worse yards. Like nobody. This is proven. Nobody in the NFL has ever, as a tight end, has
well
had
then
consistently. This man had twice. He had 1,400 yards consistently up to that point. He had 1,200 yards. That's
I get
why he almost
I'm
had
about to agree
90
with
grand.
you. If you give me
Yeah,
a second,
go
I'm
ahead,
about
brother.
to agree with you. You lead with that. You
Yeah,
lead with there are guys that have worse numbers than he did during his time of play that are
I said
in the
that.
Hall of Fame. I don't remember
Oh,
you
I
saying
didn't say like
I'm
it's
gonna
in error. Like I didn't say that.
you
I
were
didn't
just
say
giving me his
no.
numbers.
I didn't say in his era. I said there's fucking tight ends.
Sorry, my
There's
dog
tight
bit my foot.
ends. There's tight
Yeah.
ends that fucking have that's in the Hall of Fame in his position that are
Yeah,
in the
you
Hall of
didn't
Fame with
say
less
era,
yards.
so I was like, yeah, of
I
course
didn't
not.
say like I probably should have said that.
We're about to throw down, Jimmy.
No, we
Jesus
good,
Christ,
baby.
man.
We good. Like
Talking
it ain't
about
good. Like
Sterling
look,
Sharp,
look,
like you about to suck that man off.
bro.
Is
Like
he
you gotta
dead?
understand. Like the only my second worst like team that I hate is like Philadelphia, and then it's the fucking Green Bay.
I'm gonna beat
Those
you.
like for me to even be speaking on Sterling Sharp is
Yeah,
ridiculous. But
it
like
is.
I remember watching this kid, I was like, how the fuck is a tight end. And he was like a specimen, man. Like he would break you. That motherfucker was like
You
Shannon.
just called another man a specimen.
That motherfucker, like he was built
Don't
for
ever say
football.
that
He
again,
was
Nick.
built for football. Like he's a specimen.
Okay.
No, no, I didn't say I didn't want to take him.
You called him a
I
specimen.
don't know what kind of
You know
words
what's
you
close
living
to
in.
specimen?
I don't know. It's an experiment. So, like the fuck? No, experiment. That's the next thing close to it. Like what the fuck you thinking?
Yeah, I don't
No,
know. I'm about to
no.
get my face eaten off by a dog.
But no,
So,
man. Like
all right,
that dude.
let's wrap it up about your boy.
We done with
Sorry.
that. That's all I want to
Yeah.
say.
Okay. Well,
Eli's gonna
Jimmy,
make it though. Eli's gonna make it.
yeah, I'm sorry to get your
Make it.
blood pressure up right at the end of this
It's not
podcast,
up.
but I
It's
love
not
you,
up,
brother.
man. Dude,
And
it's not up.
I'm gonna go cry because my fantasy team's gonna lose,
It's okay.
and that'll
I'm
be
so sorry.
that.
I'm gonna
Until
cry with
next
you,
season.
man, because I thought that would been the king of petty, man. I would took a picture of it. I would saved it if you sent
I
us all
know.
ribbons.
It's gonna it would be beautiful if it happened, but until next season, you're gonna be in.
God damn right. Shit, I'm taking my throne back, man. I'm gonna get my other trophy. Shit, I'm gonna build something.
Stacy says she wants a rematch next
Come
season.
on, girl. Come on.
Come on, girl.
Come on. All right.